line, and the Wildcats strike with that big offensive line push, and then Connor Jeffers just keeps that ball moving on his leg strength. A 15-yard gain and first down, Wildcats.
Yeah, it's a nice block right up there by the offensive line. Jeffers does his thing by just keep on pounding those legs and eating up the yardage.
1st and 10 on the 50. This time split wide to the right-hand side. They'll bring it back, try to go out to the left-hand side, gets to the corner across the 50, 45, turns it up to the 38-yard line. Connor Jeffers with a 12-yard gain, had all the momentum shifting to the right. He gets to the outside and turns it upfield for another Wildcat first down.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised about Hayden. I thought maybe they might have more lateral speed on the outside, but they didn't show it then. Maybe we'll see that later on, but Jeffers was able to get out there, beat everybody to the corner, and turn it up.
He did get his shoulders squared, and away we go. 1st and 10, Wildcats at the 38. Snap back. Now they'll shift, go to the right. Connors could not get to the line of scrimmage. This time he's brought down a loss of 3 on that carry as 2 defenders got through the line and threw him for a short loss here.
And Connor McKee was one of the players. They shot the gap. Looks like they're going to put a couple of linebackers on him, trying to keep an eye on him and stop him. So we'll see how the rest of the game goes.
Ball placed down at the 41-yard line here. As Fiedler to the right-hand side. Snap back. Jeffers rolls to the right, looks down. Now he has to reverse back upfield. He's in the backfield being chased, gets rid of the ball. Pass on the right sideline. That's connected. And is that Hawkins with the reception?
Hawkins.
Jacob Hawkins down to the 38-yard line. That's going to be a pass and reception of 3 yards for the Wildcats on their first pass play of the night.
And it's going to bring up 3rd and 10 for the Wildcats, and I think it goes good for Hawkins. First ball that thrown to him, and he catches it. So we'll look for him.
Get the Wildcats on the go here. 3rd down and 10. Snap back. Jeffers again with the carry up the middle. He's to the 35-yard line. Again, those legs will not be stopped as they're trying to tackle him high. He gets across the 35 down to the 34-yard line. We're going to be short of first down yardage there.
Yeah, what's that going to bring? About 4th and 5?
4th and 5 on that carry from Jeffers as he got back another 5 yards for the Wildcats. Ball placed down at the 33. They're going to go for it here. They keep moving to the south. Set and snap back. Jeffers goes to the right-hand side, tries to follow that block, but a big wall by the Hayden Wildcats gets the stop, and the Wildcats will turn the ball over on downs here at the 9:41 mark of the first quarter. We're just underway here at Hayden Wildcat Field. We're glad you could join us here for the second round of Class 4A Division II playoff action as the Wildcats go on the road to take on the Hayden Wildcats. First possession for the Cats. Got a couple of good starts off here, but the Wildcat defense for Hayden comes through. Now they'll take the offensive set. Handoff goes to the left-hand side across the 40, out to the 43-yard line on the carry. We may have an injured player down in the backfield for Hayden. Comes up limping on the side. They're going to mark that as an 8-yard gain for the Hayden Wildcats. Number 37 with the carry is Brandon Van Beesler. Second down and 2 now for the Wildcats. Wildcat and Wildcat. That may get confusing as the night goes on. Power backfield. They'll flank out to Heineck on the near side at the 50, inside the 45, and rolled out of bounds. That pass play completed for first down yardage. It's a 13-yard reception to Deshaun Haneke. We've heard some news about Haneke, a lot of interest from several Division II and Division I programs looking at the 6'5 senior for the Hayden Wildcats.
They had Fiedler on him, and Fiedler was off maybe just a little too far, possibly. Not really sure, but Fiedler's going to be shadowing him, I think, the entire game.
That will be the man that they need to go man-on-man, as Samson Houston, quarterback for the Hayden Cats, turns hands off to the first man through the gap there. And that carry, did you get a number? Was that number 11?
Yes.
Roman Hardy. Hardy with his first carry of the night. It's good for a gain down to the 39-yard line. A gain of 4 will bring up second down and 6.
Stopped by Connor Jeffers there from his linebacking position.
They'll come to the line. Hanukkah split to the short side of the field here. They'll hand off left-hand side. Breaks a tackle across the 30 and hit by a host of Wildcat defenders at the 27-yard line. That's going to be first down yardage, a gain of 9 on the carry.
Jasper, number 22, is one of the Wildcats that was in on that stop.
As they roll on down here with 7:40 remaining in the first quarter of play. No score here. First possession by the Hayden Wildcats as they took over at the 36-yard line. Sampson goes under center, sends man in motion to the left side. Back to pass, looks out in the short flat to, I think he's wrapped up around the ankles. That's where they're going to have to tackle him time and time again. Progress down to the 20-yard line on that reception. Good for a gain of 7 on the play.
Jasper and Fiedler on the stop wrapped him up right away as soon as he caught the ball, so he really didn't have much of a chance to head anywhere.
Quarterback comes to the sideline after each play to get that play call in from his offensive coordinator. Samson Houston back under center for the Wildcats. Two-man backfield now. Turn and hand off. First man through on the left-hand side. Hits it at the line of scrimmage, up for the gain. That's going to be first down yardage as he's all the way to the 15. That's Van Beesler again with the carry.
And Jasper was the main man on the stop there. They had a nice push over there on the left-hand side. Got a nice little crease for him to make that yardage. Jasper there to wrap him up.
First and 10, ball at the 15 for Hayden. Again, quarterback in the shotgun formation. 3 backs in the backfield along with him. He'll hand it off. First man through goes left-hand side.
Good pursuit.
Good job by the Wildcats getting down the line. That's going to be a gain of 3 on the carry. A little difficult to pick up numbers on these backs with the black uniforms and the gold numbers. They seem to move as streaks out there. But we know it is a 3-yard carry. That brings up second down and 7 for Hayden. Again, wide split to the right-hand side is Hanukkah. 3-man backfield. Houston looks to the right. He'll roll it this direction. Man out in the short flat with the good tackle. Made the reception at the 10-yard line, and Cale Johnson came up and turned him head over heels. That was rolling up like a mud bug out there down to the 6-yard line on that catch. They're going to be about a yard short of first down yardage.
Yeah, he got him low and just picked him right up, rolled him right over.
Nice tackle by Cale Johnson. 3rd and 1 now for the Wildcats as they're placed down at the 6-yard line. Cats defense needs to stand tall right here. Sampson goes under center. Turn and hands off to the big fullback in the backfield. He barrels down inside the 5. He's close, and he's in for the touchdown. Brandon Van Beesler with the carry. A 6-yard touchdown strike in for the first score of the night for the Hayden Wildcats as they go up 6-0. 4:37 remaining on the clock here in the first quarter of action. They'll set for the point after attempt. A kick attempt will be on the way. The snap is back. Sampson with the hold. The kick is on the way. That's up and good through the uprights. Number 8, Matt Mativia. And the Hayden Wildcats go up 7-0 here in Topeka. We're going to take a break back to the station, and we'll be back after this 1-minute timeout.
The Appliance Store in Burlington has a large selection of Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid appliances, along with Speed Clean washers and dryers, and is your headquarters for #1 voted Green Mountain pellet grills. The Appliance Store also has Oric vacuum cleaners, bags, parts, and service what they sell, with a great selection of appliance parts on hand. The Appliance Store at 602 South 4th Street in Burlington thanks you for supporting local business and is a proud supporter of local athletics.
Hi, kids. It's Timmy the Tooth. Have you been to see your dentist lately?
Visiting the dentist doesn't have to be that frightening. It's all about which dentist you choose. At the office of Rick Smith DDS in Gridley, they offer individual comfort care for all ages. From grandparents to grandchildren, you will receive a comfortable and pleasant process. Give Rick Smith DDS a call today at 620-836-2015.
Let's get you back to the field for more Wildcat action on 97.7 The Dawg.
Put on with the kickoff. Wildcats take that ball up front of the 20 to the 30. He's out to the 40-yard line on the return. That is Cale Johnson returning for the Wildcats.
After a while there, I thought we were going to break that. Had a nice gap in the middle, and he just had a couple of men to beat.
Wildcats with the ball out at the 40-yard line where they'll take over on their second possession of the night. Actually placed down at the 42. Snap back goes to Jeffers up the middle, follows the block, cuts to the outside across the 45, 50, and all the way into Hayden territory here. With that carry, he's going to be short of first down, but an 8-yard gain for Connor Jeffers on that carry.
Very patient, waiting for the blocks to develop. A nice hole on the left-hand side, made a couple of cuts, and into the secondary where he took on a couple of men and drug them for a couple of yards, and 8 yards. So brings up 2nd and 2 with 3:50 here in the first.
Wildcats send 3 receivers to the right-hand side. In the backfield, handoff right up the middle they go. Nice job, a big hole. And that carry right up the middle by number 23, Tucker Whitworth with the carry. That's a gain of 9 yards and a first down for Wildcats.
Yeah, real nice carry there. Had a big hole. What saved that for the Wildcats, Hayden Wildcats, was their safety.
He was the last man of defense back there. Wrapped up Tucker at the 40-yard line where the Cats will have 1st and 10. Ooh, high snap, and Jeffers had to go get it. Makes a recovery. He's across the 40, down to the 35, and all the way down to the 30-yard line on that carry by Connor Jeffers. That snap slipped between his hands, popped straight up in the air. He kind of went up for like a rebound in basketball. Made the most of it and gets a 9-yard gain for the Wildcats.
We've talked about this before, that some of the best plays is when he freelances.
And free he was. Snap back. Here comes Johnson from the slot position. They'll reverse him to the left side. He cuts it inside and across the 30-yard line. That's going to be a 2-yard gain and first down for the Wildcats.
Yeah, keep moving those sticks. Burlington Wildcats are on the move, marching it down the field, so hopefully we can keep that going.
2:40 left on the clock here in the first quarter of action tonight from the Hayden Wildcat field in Topeka. We're located over at about 6th and Gage here in Topeka on the north side. We've got a officials timeout. Had a little bit of an equipment adjustment for one of the Wildcat players. Now they'll wind the clock, and we're ready to go. Snap back. This time Tegan Hess on the right-hand side. He finds a little gap and pushes up. His first carry of the night is down to the 26-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 3 for the Cats.
Yeah, again, very patient, waiting for some gap to open up. He found a crease and got 3 hard yards.
That ball placed down at the 26 on the far hash mark here. Cody Collins goes over the ball for the Cats. The big Wildcat center has anchored that line all season long. Set and snap back goes to Jeffers. He's back to pass. Now he'll scramble, go to the right, kind of block, and he turns it upfield across the 25, down to the 20. He's still rolling on down to the 15-yard line for the Wildcats. Another first down on that 15-yard gain for Connor Jeffers.
Yeah, there again, like we just talking earlier, that was all Connor Jeffers. Plus, once everything kind of breaks down, men pick up blocks, and he does a good job picking his way down the field.
He did. He followed behind, had a big block to the outside, waited until he could determine which way to cut in or out, and he went to the outside and got another 10 yards. Snap back. Connor into the middle of that line. He's inside the 15. We'll have to wait and see where that place is at, but it's going to be at about the 11-yard line. So a good gain for the Cats of 4 on that carry up the middle as they continue to move the chains with a 1:09 on the clock here in the first quarter of action. The Hayden Wildcats leading at 7-0 as just the second possession for the Burlington Cats here on this evening. Fiedler split 2 wide the right side. Connor in the backfield takes the cut there to the outside, breaks the tackle. He's inside the 5. He's ganged on down close to just outside the 5-yard line there. Long way across the field over to where that tackle was made. We're going to have to wait and see where the spot comes down.
Is it?
Is he inside the 5?
Yeah, it's first and goal.
First and goal inside the 40-yard line for Connor Jeffers. A gain of 7 on that carry.
Looks like they've got it on the 5, Jim.
Placed down on the 5. Looks like they're going to get off one more play before the end of the half. And Jeffers takes it, splits to the outside. He's rolling. Is he down? No? Oh, that is so close on the far side. The official came in from the far sideline, had one hand in the air. We thought he was going up with the signal, but stopped before the goal line as the time runs out here in the first quarter of play.
Yeah, I've got my binocs on it, Jim, and it looks like it's about a football length away from the goal line.
He would not go down on the first hit. But the Cats driving all the way, and now we'll change ends of the field. We'll take a 1-minute timeout and be back with Wildcat football on the Dog.
You're in a hurry and your car won't start. And you need a jump. Or how about the time you locked your keys in the car? Or the time you hit that deer and smashed in the front end of your car? Or maybe you just need something hauled and you don't have a truck. Maybe you just need a tire changed. Call Jeff's Towing and Recovery, AAA provider at 785-213-1669. That's 785-213-1669. And remember, it's your choice who tows your vehicle.
Does fall weather make you dream of a new home? How about that remodeling project, such as a garage or room addition? Whatever your dreams are made of, First National Bank of Kansas has many favorable options for you. From refinancing to building projects, rates are still low, so why not check them out? See Paul and Kathy in Osage City, Chris and Craig in Waverly, or Donna and Craig in Burlington. First National Bank of Kansas, where dreams come true. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Let's get you back to the field for more Wildcat action on 97.7 The Dog.
We're back with football, and it's a touchdown on the first play from scrimmage in the second quarter. The Cats' second and goal with a football length to go. Push it in on the quarterback keeper for the TD, And the Wildcats on the board here as we get underway in second quarter action. Hayden scored their touchdown on their first possession of the contest. The Wildcats on their second possession take it from the 40-yard line, a 60-yard drive in with the one-yard touchdown run by Connor Jeffers. And that scoring drive is brought to you by Rick Smith, DDS. Now for the PAT attempt, Jeffers passes over the middle and caught it. That is the reception. Fiedler with the reception as Connor had to scramble. The Cats with a 2-point conversion take the lead here, 8-7 with 11:56 on the scoreboard in second quarter play. Rick, the Wildcats just marched downfield. Good line play to open up those gaps for Connor Jeffers in the backfield. And they take it in for their first touchdown of the evening.
They certainly did. Very impressive performance here by the Wildcat offensive line, making those holes for Jeffers, plus just the good old freelancing of Connor Jeffers when things break down. I think we just kind of maybe have sent a message to the Hayden Wildcats that we're not a bunch of pushovers.
We came to town to play football.
Exactly.
Everybody tighten their jock straps up tonight to take it on the field. And the Wildcats lead it 8-7 here over the Hayden Wildcats. Just underway in the second quarter. Wildcats will kick off to the Hayden Wildcats. And this kickoff's brought to you by our kickoff sponsor all season long. That's Alpha Roofing in Burlington. Colin Sleezer, he's located up at 213 North 3rd. He says we can do more than roofing. Just give Colin a call.
Jim, that was a 9-play, 62-yard drive that ate up 4 minutes and 32 seconds for the Burlington Wildcats. Then +2 to Fiedler. So, nice drive by the Wildcats.
That's what the Cats needed. Confidence builder here as they kick off downfield, taken at the 20-yard line. Return up to the 30. Wildcats cover good on the far sideline. They're going to bring it out to the 34-yard line on the return. So Hayden will take over. 1st and 10 at the 32.
Stopped by Tegan Hess, number 11. Good open field tackle.
All right. Wildcats defense is going to be called on now to put on a stop against the Hayden Wildcats here. They'll set with a 3-man backfield again. Earn handoff. No, he's going to keep a sprint to the outside. Sampson got to the outside. Cale Johnson got there quicker than Sampson could get turned upfield. He makes the tackle. It's going to be a short gain out to the 36-yard line. But Cale Johnson closed quickly before Sampson could get his wheels turning upfield.
Yeah, Shane Wright was right there with him. Good pursuit by the Wildcats. Shut that down.
That was first carry of the night for the QB Houston. Pull back now, reverse and turn upfield. Number 17 with the carry. Slipped down. The Wildcats pile on. And it's out to the 44-yard line. That's enough for a first down as McGehee made the carry for Hayden.
Yeah, the field is, I wouldn't call it fair, but the grass is awful short.
1st and 10 at the 44. Turn, and again, a first flanker reverse comes this way. And, it was loose on the ground. That's 7, I believe. Yes. And Cale Johnson was grabbing at that ball. The ball carrier coming from his flanker position kept fighting for more yards, got across the 50-yard line down to the 45, and that ball comes loose, and the Wildcats have got it on the turnover. Big, big play for the Cats here to come up with that loose ball. Defense doing their job and putting the offense right back out on the field.
Yeah, that fumbled the ball. They recovered at the 44-yard line.
So the Wildcats will head north with 10:47 left on the clock in the first half. They've got an 8-7 lead here at Hayden Field. Collins goes over the ball. Two backs in the backfield for the Wildcats. Snap back, Cale Johnson from that flanker reverse. He spins and turns it inside. He's across the 45, out to the 47-yard line. A 3-yard gain for Cale Johnson coming from his slot back position.
Yeah, and that was a hard fought 3 yards there. That was pretty much all on Cale Johnson there.
He's got strong legs to turn it up inside. He broke several big distance plays for the Cats during Pioneer League season with that same play. Fiedler split here near to our position. In the backfield, right up the middle goes Jeffers. He's out across the 50, down to the 48-yard line. No, that was Nordstadt with the carry. Number 3, Brandon Nordstadt, his first carry of the night is good for 5 yards. Cats will be facing a 3rd and 3 now. Play call coming in from the sidelines. Jeffers calling out the play. He'll set the offense for the Wildcats as he and Tegan Hess set in the backfield. Set for the snap. Jeffers goes up the middle, but no hole there. They had that set out from the start.
Yeah.
Lost a half a yard on that carry, but that big defensive line did not bend at all.
No, there was no push by the offensive line on that side at all. He just ran into a wall there.
So the Wildcats will face a 4th down and 4 here with the ball placed at the 49-yard line, inside of the 50-yard line centerpiece marker here. They're letting the clock run down. They're probably going to
take a timeout.
Do the timeout and talk it over here with the Wildcats leading 8-7 with 8:40 left on the clock here tonight. We're going to take a break. Back to a word from our sponsors at the station.
U.S. Cellular Wireless Concepts in Burlington and 97.7 The Dawg invite you to some action on ice as the Topeka Roadrunners battle it out for victory. We're giving away 2 tickets on Tuesdays for hockey at its finest at the Kansas Expo Center in Topeka. Get signed up for your chance to win tickets at U.S. Cellular Wireless Concepts, 401 Garrettson in Burlington.
For home game dates and times, go to Topeka Roadrunners on Facebook.
Life Care Center Burlington offers all the comforts of home as well as added luxuries, including a beauty and barber salon, specialized fine dining program, courtyard and gardening area, and is conveniently located near shopping, retirement communities, and other medical community resources. Life Care also provides in and outpatient rehabilitation services for all ages. Their licensed staff offers 24-hour skilled nursing. Stop by and visit the Life Care Center of Burlington today, located at 601 Cross Street.
Let's get you back to the field for more Wildcat action on 97.7 The Dawg.
Welcome back to Burlington Wildcat football on the Dawg as the Cats are on the road at Hayden High School tonight. Face a 4th and 5 here as they lead it 8-7 in this second quarter. Jeffers with the run up the middle, but the Hayden Wildcat defense bend but no break, a 2-yard carry. But Jeffers is short of first down yardage, and the Cats will turn it over on downs to the Hayden Wildcats. We were adding up our statistics here at the timeout break, and Connor Jeffers has just gained enough yards to take over the Burlington High School season rushing record. That was held by David Sturgeon with 1,927 yards, and Connor already has 77 yards on the night to put him over the top. And it's interesting that this year David Sturgeon is a volunteer coach on the sideline for the Wildcats. But right now it is Hayden Wildcat ball And a completed pass out into the left flank goes to Deshaun Hanukkah. Hanukkah with a 7-yard reception. And they're placed down at the 45-yard line.
Apparently he must have some speed because we're giving him a pretty good cushion and try and keep him in front of you rather than let him get by.
I don't think you want him up at top speed.
No, I don't think so. I think he's got a pretty good speed.
Back to pass. Sampson looks out in the flat again to Hanukkah. Comes down the sideline. Makes a reception. And another 10 yards after the reception. It's good for a first down at the 35-yard line. Yeah, they will probably amp up his receptions here as the night goes along.
Because we're giving him a pretty good cushion.
1st and 10, ball placed at the 35-yard line. Sampson goes under center, sends man in motion, turning it back to the inside. McGee with the carry. He's going to get 3 yards on the game. But the Wildcat defense sets a good wall. And they're unpiling everybody. There were a lot of guys involved in it.
Yeah, Shane Wright was one of them. I don't think he was the primary man, but
I think there were arms and legs tangled up amongst each other. It took them a while to pry bar them loose out of there.
Yeah, we got T.J. Lang coming in, fresh legs, fresh face here on the line.
2nd down and 7 for Hayden. Sampson under center. Pass goes out to the right in the flank. Hanukkah with the reception. Tackled down immediately by Fiedler on the far sideline. It'll be down to the 22-yard line. That will move the chains for Hayden. Again, another 15-yard game downfield for the Hayden Wildcats.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they just keep on throwing him the ball.
Clock at the 7:27 mark here as the Wildcats lead it 8-7 over Hayden in the second quarter of play here tonight. Sampson under center again, 2 men in the backfield. Hands off. He comes to the near side. Wildcats chase down, gets to the outside and thrown down at the 15-yard line. He's inside to the 13 on the carry. That's going to be a gain of 9 yards for McGehee. And a 2nd down and 1 now for the Wildcats.
Yeah, Fiedler and Johnson in on the stop. Johnson coming over from his free safety spot.
Wildcats pursuing side to side on defense well against this speedy Hayden Wildcat team. Sampson up under center again. One sends a man in motion left side. They'll pitch to the right. Gets to the outside. Turns upfield, but the Wildcat defense is there for the stop. That was Hardy with the carry on the right wing. He's going to go downfield, and they'll mark it inside the 10. The ball at the 8-yard line on that carry. 1st and goal now at the 8-yard line for the Hayden Wildcats. As they will march. Wildcats need another big stop here. Last possession, they got a turnover on a fumble. Sampson hands off to McGee. He goes right side, finds a gap, and he's up and in for the TD. And that's Connor McGee in for, or was that Van Beesler? We've got a couple of numbers that look a lot alike out there. Doesn't matter. It counts 6 yards as they go in for the TD on the 8-yard carry. And they will go for the PAT here. Point after touchdown. Sometimes they call it an extra point, but that only happens after the touchdown. They're going to go for 2 here as they'll send wide receivers both right and left. 3 men in the backfield. Now they'll put them up in the near slot. Sampson rolls to his right, looks into the end zone, fires a pass into the end zone. It is caught for the 2-point conversion. No, it was dropped, huh? It was dropped, the pass. So it stays at, well, back up. Now they've put the 2-point conversion on the board. And a 15-8 lead for the Hayden Wildcats here on their home field. We're going to take a timeout, go back to the station, and be back after this 1-minute break.
Trust Point Insurance is truly an independent insurance agency. They have the unique ability to shop the marketplace for the insurance company that provides the best protection at the most competitive price and has the ability to write with over 30 different companies. Trust Point Insurance offices are located at 800 North 4th Street in Burlington and 902 Commercial Street in Emporia. Stop in or call today to set up a time that is convenient for you to discuss your auto, home, farm, business, crop, and life insurance, or visit them online at trustpointinsurance.net.
At Diners Cafe, 1020 North 2nd Street, Burlington, it's all about you, our customer. The staff loves what they do with a desire to provide outstanding service, serve up your order freshly made with wholesome ingredients, and do it in a clean and comfortable setting. Check out our Facebook page for our specials of the day and latest happenings. Diners Cafe, home of great food and awesome atmosphere. You'll find us next door to the Country Haven Inn, proud to support USD 244 activities.
Let's get you back to the field for more Wildcat action on 97.7 The Dog.
Welcome back to Burlington Wildcat football here on The Dog as the Hayden Wildcats take that last possession, 7 plays, 52 yards downfield in 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Get in with the score on an 8-yard run by McGehee, a 2-point conversion pass, and they take the lead 15-8. That scoring wrap-up brought to you by Rick Smith, Dentistry in Gridley. Stop by. Rick will give you a smile, and a smile you'll be proud of. They kick off to the Wildcats. We return it back out to the 34-yard line. Our last ad was from Diners Cafe. You want to know what's on the menu? Hey, tonight it was Butterfinger chocolate cake for dessert. We had a great Reuben sandwich to start the night off, and then you put a Butterfinger chocolate cake on top of that. You got 2 happy guys in the press box tonight. We want to thank the folks at Diners Cafe for helping sponsor the Wildcat broadcasters all season long. Wildcats stopped on the first down play, no gain on that, as they'll send 3 receivers wide to the right-hand side and roll the pocket to the right, but smashed in the backfield. The defensive line coming through sent Jeffers for a loss on the carry back to the 31-yard line, a loss of 4. He could just not get to the outside to take advantage of any opportunity for a pass downfield.
Yeah, the defensive end for Hayden came across, and the blocker was unable to handle him, and Jeffers ran right into both of them.
So the Wildcats face a 3rd down and 15 here. Set back to pass. Jeffers forced out of the pocket. Looks downfield. He scrambles. Looking over the center. Pick. Intercepted at the 40-yard line. Angles to the right side and from the back by Garrison Fiedler. But number 3, Brady Bohannon, the 5'9 junior linebacker, stepped right in front of that pass as Jeffers was scrambling to the right-hand side. Thought he had an opportunity for Hawkins over the middle, but that pass is picked, and the turnover goes to Hayden, and they return it all the way down to the 18-yard line, or excuse me, the 13-yard line, where they'll have 1st and 10.
Yeah, that was good defensive coverage there.
Big turnover. Hayden will get right back on the offensive side. They'll hand off to the flanker coming to the sweep on the left side. Gets to the outside. A pair of Wildcat defenders rolling out of bounds on the near side. That is Van Beesler with the carry as he comes to the near side. A 7-yard gain for the big fullback.
Had good blocking and got the linebackers pinned to the inside. Fiedler came over, and so did Johnson from his safety spot to knock him out of bounds.
2nd down and 4 for the Hayden Cats. Send one man in motion to the right side, but they'll hand off to the fullback up the middle.
Shane Wright was right there.
He was right on it. That's exactly. He big stop, maybe gained a yard on that carry. So Hayden will be facing a 3rd down and 4 here now with that carry. Ball placed at the near hash mark as the clock ticks down to 3:20 on the clock in this second quarter of play. Hayden, a 15-8 lead. They want to add on, and the Wildcats defense needs to make the stop. Behind the line of scrimmage, a big hit. Nice job there by 52, and that is Parker Meats, sophomore for Burlington High. He got through that line quickly, made the stop. A gain of 1, and they're going to be facing a 4th and 3 for the Hayden Wildcats here with the ball marked down at the 6-yard line. Play call coming in from the sideline from head coach Bill Arnold for the Hayden Wildcats.
Be looking for a pass or the big fullback.
They'll send Hanukkah on the left side.
That's who it is.
They give it to the fullback, and he barrels ahead. And the Wildcats are pointing us this direction. They thought they had a loose ball. No, I don't think so on the possession. He's down to the 1-yard line on the carry. Got all they needed for the first down yardage, and now it'll be 1st and goal for the Hayden Wildcats. Clock continues to run with 2:15 on the mark here. 1st and goal at the 1 for Hayden. Sampson came to the sideline, got the play call. Now he's back in the huddle as they break. Go up straight to the line of scrimmage. One man in the backfield. They've got a heavy line right there. Send a man in motion on the sweep to the near side. He turns it up and in. And the touchdown for the Hayden Wildcats on the sweep play, number 33. Carries it in from his flanker position. That is Desmond Purnell. Purnell is a 5'11 freshman. He gets it into the end zone and scores for Hayden. His first touchdown of the evening. And with the PAT, they will go for it again for a 2-point conversion. Sampson under center. One man in the backfield. He'll go back to pass. Rolls to the right. Good pressure. Throws it to the end of the end zone and beyond the end zone. The receiver went up and could not bring it down in the field of play. So that pass attempt fails. But the Hayden Wildcats extend that lead now to a 21-8 lead with 1:55 left to play in the first half. We're going to send it back to the station, take a 1-minute timeout for our sponsors of Wildcat football on the Dawg.
In life, there are people, places, and things known as exceptional. There is a place like that in Garnett, Kansas. Hi, this is Brian Steffens, and I'm talking about Beckman Motors. Everywhere you go, you'll see vehicles with the Beckman Motors name on them. We want to show you how exceptional we are. The next time you decide to buy a new Ford or Chevy or any pre-owned vehicle, do yourself a favor and come to Beckman Motors in Garnett and experience what it's like to buy a vehicle from exceptional people in an exceptional place. Beckman Motors on Highway 59 in Garnett, Kansas, selling new Fords and Chevrolets along with pre-owned vehicles for a long, long time and doing it exceptionally well every day.
Each year, holiday shopping seems to go on forever and can get pretty expensive, keeping you from getting into that Christmas spirit. Hoover's Thriftway has the answer. While you're there shopping for your delicious ingredients on your signature holiday meal, check out the wide variety of gift items. Use Hoover's Reward Card that can earn you 5 points for every qualified dollar spent, and save on those exciting holiday gifts that are currently on display next to the checkout. That's Hoover's Thriftway at 314 Cross Street in Burlington. Another way of saying thank you for shopping hometown first.
Let's get you back to the field for more Wildcat action on 97.7 The Dawg.
Back with you with Wildcat football on the Dog. That scoring play for Hayden started with an interception at the 40-yard line. They took it back down to the 13, and then 5 plays later, it was Purnell in with a 1-yard run for the score. The PAT fell incomplete on a pass play, so Hayden Wildcats now lead at 21-8 with 1:45 left on the clock. On the kickoff, Jaden Payne takes the ball at the 15-yard line, returns out to near the 25, but a holding penalty called on the return. Now we're going to have to stop and see where they want to. It looks like that holding penalty was thrown at the 20-yard line, was where the flag was at, so they'll move it back 10 yards to the 10-yard line where the Cats will take over with 1:45 remaining in the first half of play.
Kind of puts them in a deep hole, a long field in front of them.
This is the deepest position that they've started to drive from here tonight.
Yeah.
Wildcats, 1:45 on the clock here. Jeffers in the backfield. And sets. Fumbles the ball at the 5-yard line. Couldn't get a good handle on it on the snap. He goes down and recovers, and it immediately covered up. But a 5-yard loss on the mishandled snap puts the Cats in just that much deeper of a hole.
Yeah, that's going to bring up, second and 16, 17?
That'll be about 17 yards to go. Here with the ball on the backside of the 5-yard line. Looks like Tucker Whitworth in the backfield along with Jeffers. Snap to Jeffers. Keeps himself as a block in front out to the 10. He keeps moving up to the 12-yard line on that carry. Connor Jeffers hit and just keeps on rolling forward. One of the defenders comes up a little worse for the wear there. He's going to come off the sideline as we have a timeout on the field here. Looks like maybe that's a Hayden timeout to try to stop the clock with 53 seconds remaining here before the half. They may have visions of getting that ball back in their possession one more time. That was a gain of 6 yards for Connor Jeffers on that carry. They'll bring it back out to the 12-yard line, and the Cats will be facing a 3rd and 9 here with 53 seconds remaining on the clock before we go to our halftime break tonight. Both teams talking it over on the sidelines. The Cats want to keep possession of this ball, keep running some time off that clock. They'll need a first down here. They wouldn't think of going for it on a 4th and short that deep in their own field position.
I wouldn't think so.
But they do have a very explosive punt returner in Hanukkah. He returned one 50 yards for a touchdown last week in their victory over Prairie View. But the Cats have got the ball. It's a 3rd and 9. Ball set at the 12-yard line.
Got it spread out again.
They do have receivers left and right. One man in the backfield along with Connor Jeffers. Snap back. Jeffers looks downfield. He's rushed out of the pocket on the right-hand side. He's going to throw it upfield, but cannot make the connection. That ball low to the ground. Fiedler going down to try to scoop it off the ground at the 22-yard line, but it falls incomplete. That would have been enough for first down yardage there, but could not make the connection after being pressured in the backfield. So the Wildcats will go into punt position here. Only the second pass of the night for the Wildcats. Fiedler gets off the punt. Good punt from the goal line. It sails out to the 40. It's going to the out-of-bounds marker on the far sideline. There will be no return of that punt. But Hayden will take over with 37 seconds remaining. I'm pretty sure we're going to see some airtime here.
Yeah, I'll bet money on it.
So the Wildcats, 3 and out on that possession. with 37 seconds remaining on the clock here in the first half of play tonight at Hayden High School. Samson Houston goes in the quarterback position. Looks at the play call on his little wristband there. They've got all types of plays lined up. But we think it's going in the air. We'll see how smart we are here tonight. From the shotgun formation, Houston with the snap. Send one man in motion to the left, and he'll run to the left. Pressure in the backfield. They turn him inside. Chase down from the backside. He gets off the pass, and it's off of one reception and into the hands of Hanukkah. He goes downfield all the way to the 18-yard line here as the clock continues to run. 24 seconds. Back to pass. Looks to an out pass, and it is incomplete. Or did we have a flag?
I think we may have had a flag because they stopped play.
And that would be our first penalty of the night if it is, in fact, a flag.
Well, the first penalty on Hayden.
First penalty on Hayden, that's correct. I don't...
or maybe they didn't have the chains set.
Little confusion there as the official coming to the near sideline, giving some instruction to the sideline coach, and they're resetting the clock to 24 seconds and 9/10.
Yeah, that's what it was.
They didn't have everybody set on the far side as that pass play was marked for a first down. They didn't get the chains set before they tried to call the next play.
Yeah, we've got...
So now they're going to call them back into the huddle to get set. Scoreboard clock seems to be set where they want it at. 1st and 10, ball at the 17-yard line for Hayden. Come to the line quickly. Back to pass, looks to the left side. Out in the flat, but a short hop to the intended receiver. That falls incomplete.
That's the first incomplete pass for Hayden tonight.
In fact, he was 7 of 7.
Yeah.
Until that one was short to the intended receiver on the near side.
Brings up 2nd and 10 with 14.2 seconds left on the clock.
Another timeout called by Hayden here as they want to talk it over. Plenty of time for them to work up the play that they want to see here. Ball placed down at the 17-yard line.
Well, they've got time for, I would say, 2, possibly 3 plays, depending on how things go.
Can't tell if they still have 1 timeout left. Or do they have 2 timeouts left?
I'm not sure. 2, I believe.
If that's what the scoreboard clock is telling us.
Yes.
So they will come back on the field here at the 17-yard line. 2nd down and 10. Wildcat defense has done a good job tonight. The Hayden taking advantage of that turnover, a interception that they returned down to the 13-yard line and put in for one of their touchdowns on the night. But the Wildcat defense has held their own here. Receivers for Hayden, 2 to the wide right. They'll send a man in motion to that side. Pressure in the backfield. He's hit big. Nice job by the Wildcat pressure.
That was J.T. Jasper and Jared Lutz.
Jared Lutz, number 21, coming from the right-hand side. They tagged up and tagged him down. He had to release that ball. Ball's incomplete.
Leaves 9.7 seconds. 3rd and 10.
Sampson comes back in from the sideline again. He had to get jarred on the hit from those 2 young guys as they were wheeling into the backfield. Everybody on the defensive side has got a job to do now. Hanukkah to the near side. They've got Fiedler on him. They'll send Hanukkah in motion. It's a flea flicker back to the quarterback.
Touchdown.
And in for the run. Hanukkah comes from his split wide receiver spot into the backfield to take the snap, and the quarterback releases, goes downfield out into the flat, and had to wait for that ball. It hung in the air. The defense could not get back to him, and they take it in for the touchdown. Big play there for Houston, his first reception of the night, and it's good for a 17-yard TD reception. The PAT, they will try for a 2-point conversion here for the Hayden Wildcats. We've got to put Hanukkah in as a passer now. He's a multi-talented player, and they've had that play in the scorebook for a while. As they will set for their PAT attempt.
We had that stop had we not hit on a little motion there. It cleared that side out. If someone would have stayed home out of the flats, that could have been either picked or at least knocked down.
So they'll set for the PAT. 3 men in the backfield with Houston as he's got receivers split both left and right. Back to pass, goes out into the flat, just lays it up, and the Wildcat defense got there to break it up. The pass falls incomplete, and it is a 27-8 margin. The Hayden Wildcats on top here with 1.3 seconds left to play in this first half of play here at Wildcat Field. We're going to keep it right here as we'll take a halftime break after this kickoff. That scoring drive, Rick, you sponsor it. You tell us about it.
It's 4 plays. We punted the ball. Ball went out of bounds on the 42. Completed 1 pass and put it down at around the 15. And 3 plays later, flea flicker from the receiver to the quarterback, and touchdown.
That was quite a play set up as they set Hanukkah in motion from his wideout receiver spot, took the pitch, looked like it was going to be a sweep right, and then he just stands up straight, looks back to his left. There is the quarterback out in the flat. Houston makes the reception and in for the touchdown.
I thought it was possibly going to be a reverse, but he stopped and looked right back at the quarterback, who was booking it toward the pylon, and was able to get him the ball.
And we understand there was a penalty on the touchdown play, which is going to be marked off on the kickoff. So Hayden will be kicking off from the 45-yard line now, a 15-yard mark-off. And 1 second to go, they'll pooch it along the ground.
It fell off the tee.
Oh, it had fall off before he got the kick away.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to rework that and set for another kickoff. They'll set it up again at the 45-yard line. Looks like they're not going to try to kick it deep and give the Wildcats any chance for a return. They want them to handle it on the ground here. Again, it goes to the second line. Jaden Payne with the pickup. He'll bring it back out across the 25-yard line to the 28, where he's tackled down, and the clock expires. And the Hayden Wildcats head to the locker room with a 27-8 lead over the Burlington Wildcats here in the second round of the Kansas High School Association's Class 4A Division II football playoffs. We're bringing it to you right here on the Dawg tonight. We're going to go get our stats together from the first half, and we'll return with the halftime break. Bobby, take it away for our sponsors.
A MyTown media station.
Rock and roll can save the world.
Classic rock.
KSNP 97.7 Burlington.
The Flint Hills Classic Rock Station.
97.7 The Dawg.
One thing we know for sure is that great things happen when you shop locally. Not only do you get to know your neighbors you share your hometown with, but your money stays here in the community, helping to strengthen it in support of each other. As part of this community, we're happy to reward 2 of our local customers, each with a $500 shopping spree. And we'd like that winner to be you, one of our local shoppers. To enter the giveaway, just stop by our store today and pick up a free copy of our all-new fall merchandise book and fill out the entry blank inside. It's that simple. And you might be the next lucky winner who gets to select $500 worth of product out of the fall merchandise book. What would you do with a $500 shopping spree? Hurry in before November 15th for your chance to win. So stop by Burlington Building Materials, 626 Neosho Street in Burlington, or give them a call at 620-364-2212. That's 620-364-2212. Sports socks can be fashionable. Prescription Center, the pharmacy inside Hooper Thriftway, has the Touch brand of compression socks. These combed cotton knee-high support socks offer a snug, stylish fit and feel luxuriously smooth against the skin. Sizes for men and women are available in timeless patterns and colors. Buy the softest compression socks on the market today at Prescription Center, 312 Cross Street. Prescription Center, the pharmacy inside Hooper Thriftway, 620-364-5523. Make reversing your vehicle easier and clearer with the HD dash cam, just $39.99. And make working easier with this 26-piece screwdriver set with rack, just $19.99. And help your car last with the Pennzoil Converter Motor Oil, only $3.99 a quart. Offer good through December 31st or while supplies last. Caldwell's Auto Parts, 423 Kennedy Street in Burlington.
Hi, this is Colin Sleazer with Alpha Roofing, LLC in Burlington. We specialize in residential and commercial roofing and have become one of the most respected roofing companies in Northeast Kansas. Customer service is our #1 priority, and knowing that your home or business is safe in our hands is what makes this licensed contractor your #1 choice. If it's a repair or an entire roof, we have the knowledge and skills to get the job done right. Stop in at 213 North 3rd Street, Burlington, or check out our website at www.alpharoofers.com. Alpha Roofing, your hometown roofing expert.
We're kicking off the football season at Burlington Auto Supply with a full field of savings on your fall tune-ups. Autolite spark plugs at $1.99 and Wix filters at $2.95 will get your vehicles ready to hit the road as you follow the Cats to all their home and road games. Stop by for our Saturday specials following each Wildcat victory at Burlington Auto Supply, your bumper-to-bumper parts store on Neosho Street in Burlington. Let's go, Cats!
When it comes to the health of you and your family, choosing the right pharmacist is just as important as choosing the right doctor. Find a pharmacist that's right for you at your local Medicine Shop pharmacy. More than a healthcare advisor, they take the time to get to know you and to personally answer all your healthcare questions and concerns. Make the right choice. Choose a Medicine Shop pharmacist. The Medicine Shop Pharmacy in Burlington, Kansas. Caring beyond prescriptions.
Let's get you back to the field for more Wildcat action on 97.7 The Dog.
Welcome back to Burlington Wildcat football on the Dog. Tonight, the Wildcats have made the trip up Highway 75 to Topeka to take on the Hayden Wildcats. And we have a battle here on the field as Hayden on their first possession goes 67 yards in 8 plays. On a 6-yard run by Van Beesler, they go into the end zone for the first touchdown of the night. The kick was good, and they take the lead 7-0 with 4 minutes remaining in the first quarter of play. On the next possession, the Wildcats drive 62 yards in 9 plays, taking the ball down to the 1-foot line as the first quarter runs out. First play from scrimmage in the second quarter, Connor Jeffers goes in for the TD. A pass to Fiedler in the end zone puts them up 8-7 as we start the second quarter of play. But Hayden gets right back into the scoring motion as they drive 52 yards, ending up with an 8-yard touchdown run from McGehee. The pass to Hardy is good for a 2-point conversion, and they regain the lead 15-8 with 6 minutes remaining in the half. On the next possession, the Wildcats throw an interception at the 40-yard line that is returned back to the 13 for Hayden, and Purnell runs it in from 1 yard out. The extra point attempt fails on the pass, and they hold a 21-8 lead there with 3 minutes remaining in the halftime. Wildcats get the ball back and are held a 3-and-out. They have to punt the ball away with 1:40 left on the clock. Hayden goes down, and on a razzle-dazzle play, they bring the wide receiver into the backfield to take a pitch from the QB, and then he floats out in the flat, takes a return pass in for a 17-yard touchdown pass to put the score at 27-8 here at the halftime. Numbers for Hayden tonight. Leading rusher is McGehee. He has 1 touchdown on 8 carries for 45 yards. Van Beesler carries the ball 5 times for 25 yards, and he gets in for 1 touchdown. And Purnell, 1 touchdown, 1 rush, 1 yard. Through the air, Houston was 8 of 10 in the first half of play, 6 of those going to Hanukkah for 72 yards. 1 pass from Hanukkah back to Houston for 17 yards produced that final touchdown of the half. On the Wildcat side of the ledger, Hess, Nordstadt, and Whitworth each carried the ball 1 time. Cale Johnson, a couple of carries for 5 yards into the line, but the big number goes to Connor Jeffers as he totes that ball 15 times for 74 yards, and the 1-yard touchdown run was by Connor Jeffers to put the Wildcats on the board. In the air, Connor was 1 of 2, a reception to Jacob Hawkins for 3 yards was the only action in the air for the Wildcats in the first half of play here tonight at Hayden. A good crowd on hand. We look across the way over at the Wildcat Faithful that followed up the road. Everybody's covered up with 1, 2, or 3 layers of whatever they had to put on. And we had a little special guest show up here at halftime of the game here. He agrees. It's pretty cold out there on the other side. How about that, Austin? A little chilly, he says. I think a little chili probably tastes pretty good. It certainly would. Throw in a cinnamon roll, and we're living high. You know, after our meals on wheels that we had on the way up here, I don't know if anything's going to top that big old piece of Butterfinger chocolate cake. Yeah. Probably the only thing that can top that is if we had another one for on the way home. That would be it. Yeah, they take care of us down there from Diners Cafe when we go on the road. Rick, thoughts of that first half of play? We'd heard a lot of media report from Hayden, but the Wildcats, I don't think they got into their locker room. They just said, we came out here to play football. No, I really don't think so either. They haven't backed down. Nobody's rolled over and died. They've been playing real hard. They've been pursuing the ball real well. Just had a couple of bad luck things. We threw that 1 pick, gave them a short field. Hayden took advantage of that. That's what good football teams do. Scored there. Then late in the game, in the second quarter, we punted. The ball went out. We punted deep. Actually, a pretty decent punt. I think the ball was on about the 10-yard line. Ball went out of bounds at the 42. Gave Hayden a short field, and they were able to score on that. Take those 2 away, and it's a pretty close game. Burlington has gone for it twice on 4th down, and were stopped both times. So I think the coaches will make a few adjustments for the Burlington Wildcats, come back out. I think we'll have a pretty good showing, but I imagine Hayden will also do the same thing. They'll have a chance at the halftime break to kind of review what occurred. The Wildcats did recover a fumble by the Hayden Wildcats out here on the 40-yard line, and they got hopped up with enthusiasm for getting that turnover. They've got to make that type of thing happen here in the second half again to give them some opportunities to get up and down the field and put the numbers up on that scoreboard.
Well, and also they've got to put a little more pressure. Well, they did a good job putting pressure on the quarterback, but we've got to maybe get a pick or make him cough the ball up. But we hammered him pretty good there at the.
He took a beat a couple of times.
It was from Jared Lutz and J.J. Jasper really put the lick on him there. So keep that up, and we can get back in this game.
And there are a lot of games going on around the area tonight. A couple of teams that are relatively close. Wildcats are one of the few teams here in close to us that are still playing. Osage City had to make a trip to Sabetha tonight, and at the halftime they trail Sabetha 28-7. Ken Hansen calling in a report to us as he covers that game tonight. Also tonight, a contest. Jeff North is down at Opie tonight. That's in Class 2A. We haven't seen any scores on that contest as they traveled into Lyon County to take on the Opie Eagles, a team that the Wildcats faced earlier in the season there. In Class 4A Division 2, the teams playing tonight, that includes in the same bracket with the Wildcats and Hayden. That's Holton, and they are hosting Frontenac tonight. That game started at 6 o'clock, and we got to looking through the lineups, and there were a lot of games scheduled at 6 o'clock this evening, several at 5:30, and we got to figuring out the reason for that. Frontenac Raiders traveling 198 miles to get to Holton to play their contest. On the short end of the stick, we only had a 66-mile drive, and of the 20 games we kept track of, we've got the shortest route. We only traveled 66 miles. Spearville and Central Plains, that team traveled 85 miles. In fact, only two teams traveling less than 100 miles for their football contest tonight. Also in Class 2A or Class 4A Division 2, on the other side of the bracket, Clay Center is hosting Scott City. Scott City knows about traveling. They're going 271 miles tonight up to Clay Center. And Holcomb is traveling to Lynchburg, a total of 199 miles for that team to get on down the road. You think 198, 199, and 271 is a long distance to travel, Rick?
Not really.
Funny you should ask. Because the winners of the travel award tonight in 8-man Division 1, the team from Osborne had to make a trip to St. Paul, Kansas tonight, a total of 305 miles on that trip from Osborne to take on St. Paul. That game started at 5:30 this evening. You think that's a long way to travel, Rick? Not at all. Let me tell you. In Class 2A, Elkhart gets to host. If you've ever been to Elkhart,
I've been to Elkhart several times.
And you were on your way to Oklahoma or Colorado, you can see it from there.
Yeah, you can throw a rock across the border.
Well, the folks from Smith Center are on the road to Elkhart tonight. They've traveled 323 miles. They win the travel award for going to support their football team as they make the trek out to Elkhart tonight. We got to looking at their game starting at 5:30, and we figured that's probably mountain time out there.
Yeah, well, it is.
Where Elkhart is located at.
It is.
So they've, and we do have another updated score here. Again, that game close to home, Opie and Jeff North. It's the end of the third quarter there, and it's 0-0, no score in the contest between those two Class 2A teams, Jeff North and Opie.
Defensive battle going on there, and
so Lyon County is the home of that game with a 0-0 score. It looks like both teams have returned to the field here, getting ready to get warmed up. A relative term, I know, if you're on the outside. Not that we've got it bad here in the press box tonight. They know how to do winter football here at Hayden.
Yes, they do. About the only thing we're lacking is maybe a little heater, but still much, much warmer in here than it is outside the stands or on top where some people are filming.
Yeah, those filmers up top looked like they were dressed for it. They knew what was going to befall them at the event tonight. But the folks in the stands along the way, they've been partaking of the concessions on both sides of the stadium here, and everybody in good spirits as they make the trip up to Hayden High School to watch these two Wildcat teams take it on. They know that one team will go home and finish off their season here tonight, and both teams want to move on into action that'll be completed with state tournament championship games being held on the Saturday after Thanksgiving at locations around the state. We're going to take a timeout, go back to the station for a word from our sponsors of Wildcat football. When we return, it'll be Wildcat football on the Dog with Hayden leading 27-8 here at the half. We're back after this 2-minute timeout.
Ready to go?
Almost. You just have to stop at the bank, get a few money orders, to pay some bills.
Well, why don't you just write the checks yourself?
I can't.
Still? I thought you were back on your feet financially.
I am, but I never thought starting from square one would take this long.
For a second chance at a banking relationship, it's Central Time. Whatever the reason, life happens. You might have had a checking account that was overdrawn when it was closed. And finding a bank who will let you start with a clean slate can be a challenge. That's why Central National Bank offers New Opportunity Checking. Write checks, use a Visa check card, and enjoy free online banking and free ATM use at Central National Bank ATMs. Plus, you have a place to cash your checks. Ask about New Opportunity Checking from Central National Bank. It's money for life, the way we live today. Some restrictions and fees apply.
Central National Bank, money for life.
Member FDIC in your hometown since 1884.
One thing we know for sure is that great things happen when you shop locally. Not only do you get to know your neighbors you share your hometown with, but your money stays here in the community, helping to strengthen it in support of each other. As part of this community, we're happy to reward 2 of our local customers, each with a $500 shopping spree. And we'd like that winner to be you, one of our local shoppers. To enter the giveaway, just stop by our store today and pick up a free copy of our all-new fall merchandise book and fill out the entry blank inside. It's that simple. And you might be the next lucky winner who gets to select $500 worth of product out of the fall merchandise book. What would you do with a $500 shopping spree? Hurry in before November 15th for your chance to win. So stop by Burlington Building Materials, 626 Neosho Street in Burlington, or give them a call at 620-364-2212. That's 620-364-2212.
Let's get you back to the field for more Wildcat action on 97.7 The Dog.
Welcome back to Burlington Wildcat football on the Dog. This is going to be the 11th game of the season for the Wildcats here as they come in with a 7-3 record already. The Hayden Wildcats, a 6-4 record. They played some real tough teams in the first part of their schedule, some of the Class 5A and 6A teams here in Topeka, and then got into district play against Class 4A schools. They're on a 4-game winning streak here, trying their best to get back to the state championship game where they took second place last year, and their senior squad wants to finish it off in the state finals. But the Wildcats have got their hands full against the Burlington Wildcats here tonight as we're at the halftime, and Hayden leads 27-8. Wildcats kick off to Hayden, and a return comes back out to the 38-yard line, where he's tackled by big Jacob Hawkins. Hawkins doing the kicking for Burlington, and he's the man.
All 245 pounds of him grabbed him by the shoulder pads and just flipped him over right out of bounds.
He did make a statement with that tackle. Said, stop it right here, and Hayden will go on offense to begin the second half. Sampson back in shotgun formation for Hayden. Looks out into the flat. He finds Hanukkah with the reception. And a big tackle. Fiedler hits Hanukkah right at the 41-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 3 on that pitch and catch. But Fiedler playing up just a little tighter defense here to start this second half. Stops him for a 3-yard gain.
That's what I was going to say. He didn't give him the cushion that he was giving him in the first half, and he was able to just pounce on him as soon as the ball hit his hands. So we'll see how the rest of this goes.
Second down and 7 now for Hayden, and sweep goes left-hand side. Hit at the line of scrimmage, turned around, blocking the ball. There's no penalty flag as the runner is forced out of bounds on the far side. That's number 33 with the run is Purnell with his second carry of the night. But it looks like he got the advantage of a block in the back to split him to the outside.
Yeah, Hanukkah gave a nice shove, and apparently the only people that saw it was you and I.
Yeah. We had a good view from where we're at. Indeed, but the official kept his hand away from that flag, and we move on. First and 10, ball spotted down at the 50-yard line for Hayden. From the shotgun formation, Sampson rolls to the right. Flanker out into the open. Tackle down in the open field by Hess. And there's a little mix-up there after the play. Maybe a little frustration there as Hayden Federico makes the reception.
That's a little left push.
Yeah, let's call it that. 8-yard gain on the first reception for Federico here in this second half of play.
And that was right in front of the official, and the official did nothing.
Second down and 2. And off the middle they go again to the right-hand side. Nordstat with the tackle. They're adding on a little bit of a push and shove at the end of each play here. Maybe that was something that they had a little talk in the locker room about, as Stephen Moore with that carry gets his first carry of the night for Hayden.
As Nordstad and Wright, Shane Wright wrapping him up. Brings up first and 10 from the 36.
10 minutes left here in third quarter play as Sampson will go under center again for Hayden. Back to pass, looks to the right, out in the flat. Big hit, stopped and out of bounds. Everybody's just wanting a piece of everything down there on the field. The Wildcats are hitting hard. Nothing wrong with the way they're hitting Tegan Hess. Hit the man inbounds. Now the official is giving them a instruction to back up. The man was tackled and went out of bounds, and there was just a gang went to him. I'm not liking the attitude we're seeing on the field here. That reception was good for a 5-yard gain. And it'll be second down and 5 for Hayden. Snap back. And Sampson keeps it himself, gets to the outside. He's run out of bounds there by Shane Wright. He's inside the 30 down to the 29-yard line here. On that carry, gain is good for 2 yards. As Houston only his second carry of the night.
Going to bring up third and 4 with 9 minutes here in the third quarter.
Ball placed at the near hash mark at the 29-yard line. Clock continues to, well, I guess it stops as he went out of bounds there. Now Houston will go under center. Sends a man in motion near side. They'll sweep right. Tackle down. And a first down carry. He's inside the 25 to the 24-yard line on that carry. And first down gain for Purnell.
Yeah, they're moving the sticks. Burlington's got to stiffen up.
They're getting good offensive push off that line, getting into the Wildcat backfield. Yeah. Lots of pursuit by the Cats, but they're 4 and 5 yards downfield with each carry. Again, Sampson will go under center in the slot position, one man back. In motion now, Sampson rolls to the left side, looks over the middle, too deep, over the top they go. Had too much arm there as a Wildcat defender had great position on the receiver going downfield, wouldn't let him get in full stride, and that pass falls incomplete. Only the third pass attempt incomplete tonight for Houston.
I think he was getting pressure in the backfield, so he had to get rid of it maybe a little sooner than he wanted to.
That brings second down and 10 now for Hayden. Ball marked down at the 23. Hanukkah to the right-hand side. They'll send one receiver split left. Pitch it all up. Cats got into the backfield. Shane Wright wrapping up the ball carrier. Got to look and see if that was, I think that was Van Beesler with the carry, and he was stopped for a loss. And it's going to be third down and 8 now for Hayden. Play call coming in from the sideline here for the Hayden Cats. Ball marked down at the 22. They'll send Hanukkah to the near side. One receiver to the left. Man in motion. Back to pass. Looking over the middle. Nice pass as the receiver cuts to the middle of the field. Reception down to the 8-yard line. So that's going to be good for a gain of 14 on that pass reception, as that was just an in route over the middle, made a big target, and the reception moves the chains for Hayden.
Oh, it's a good timing route. He went up, the quarterback threw it. He was where the ball was going to be, and good coverage. They wrapped him up as soon as he caught the ball.
Sampson under center this time. Back to pass, looks right. Give it go into the end zone, and the ball is incomplete. He dropped it down. I thought he had made the catch, but the Wildcat defense, Fiedler was back there, got a hand in on Hanukkah, and rips that ball loose. So it falls incomplete, leaves a second down and goal, the ball from the 8-yard line. 108 yards through the air tonight for Houston. As they'll bring them back to the line, this time Hanukkah goes left. One man in the backfield, they'll send a man in motion to the left. But we've got whistle to stop play before anything happened here. A procedure penalty is going to be motioned against Hayden Wildcats. And is that the first flag against Hayden tonight? Second one tonight. Again, both teams have been, it's been a pretty clean game in both teams, yeah. I think Burlington had a holding penalty. We had one holding penalty, and then we had a, must have been an unsportsmanlike touchdown because they marked it off on the kickoff here. So I think it's two penalties apiece. Again, man in motion goes right, but they're going to hand it off up the middle. Wildcat defense wasn't fooled by that at all. They stood right up, spun that the ball carrier down. He's going to get a gain inside the 10-yard line. He got maybe, I don't think they're not moving the chains. It's still third and goal from all at the 8. Third down and goal. Yeah, it looks like all the blocking went to the right. And the Wildcat defender says, I'm here. Yeah, bring it to me. And they put him down for a stop. Third and goal. Sampson under center, sends a man in motion. Back to pass. He'll roll right. Pressure in the backfield. Yeah, he's sacked down. They barely got down. Did he get rid of the ball? Before he got rid of the ball. That was number 23. That was that'd be Tucker Whitworth. Came in and he was going down when he threw the ball, and that just Sampson injured on the play. He comes to the sideline, talking to his coach, hobbled along, and we've got another quarterback getting ready to come in. That's number 3, Brady Bohannon, coming up to talk to the coach. with 4th and goal. They're going to call a timeout and talk it over here. Ball at the 8-yard line. We're going to take it back to the station, take a 1-minute timeout, and be back with Wildcat football on the Dog.
The Appliance Store in Burlington has a large selection of Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid appliances, along with Speed Clean washers and dryers, and is your headquarters for #1 voted Green Mountain pellet grills. The Appliance Store also has Oric vacuum cleaners, bags, parts, and service what they sell, with a great selection of appliance parts on hand. The Appliance Store at 602 South 4th Street in Burlington thanks you for supporting local business and is a proud supporter of local athletics.
Hi, kids. It's Timmy the Tooth. Have you been to see your dentist lately?
Visiting the dentist doesn't have to be that frightening. It's all about which dentist you choose. At the office of Rick Smith DDS in Gridley, they offer individual comfort care for all ages. From grandparents to grandchildren, you will receive a comfortable and pleasant process. Give Rick Smith DDS a call today at 620-836-2015.
Let's get you back to the field for more Wildcat action on 97.7 The Dog.
We're going to kick. Welcome back to Burlington Wildcat football. The Wildcats sacked the quarterback in the backfield. He got rid of the ball on the pass before he was for a loss. So Hayden calls a timeout. They set for a field goal, and the kick is up and good. That field goal from the 16-yard line, a 26-yard field goal, is on the way. It's up and good. Number 8, Matavy, the 5'9" senior, splits the uprights with a 26-yard field goal. We don't get to see many of those in high school football, but he was true to the mark. And they extend that lead now to a 30-8 margin here with 6:27 remaining in the third quarter of play here at Hayden High School. We were going through a number of scenarios on what Hayden may bring out of that timeout. We didn't have any of them. And field goal was not on the top of the list. But 4th down and goal from the 8-yard line. They've got the guy with the foot. He puts it up, and 3 points on the board for Hayden High.
Well, that was a 13-play drive. Started at the 38 and ended at what's in the 8?
The 8-yard line.
And they kicked 3. Makes it 30-8 with 6:27 left here in the third quarter. Burlington Wildcats are set up to receive the kickoff.
So Hayden will kick it off from the 40-yard line here. The Cats could use a big boost right now. They've got a couple of return men back for the Wildcats as they kick it away. Taken at the 10-yard line. Upfield he comes to the center, gets to the outside, turns upfield. That's Nordstad across the 30-yard line. It's knocked out of bounds. The official right on top of that play, it looked like the defender shook his head. The official, no call. But the Wildcats get good return yardage out to the 33-yard line on the return, and they'll take over with 6:16 remaining here in the third quarter of play at Hayden High School. Wildcats' first possession of the second half now. They need to move that ball swiftly upfield. They had a chance at the halftime break to talk over what they saw in that first half of play and bring it back out on the field here. Snap back, they give it to Tucker Whitworth. He's out to the 35. Makes a little extra yardage out to the 36-yard line on the carry for a gain of 3 for Tuck. And that'll bring 2nd down and 7 for the Cats. Quickly to the line of scrimmage. Back to pass. Jeffers out in the flat to Hawkins flat. He drops it down. That ball low around the ankles. He had to go down and get it. Just could not keep the hands in possession. Ball's incomplete. And the Wildcats will face a 3rd and 7 mark.
Yeah, I was wanting to see him rumble so bad.
Yeah, if they'd had that ball up where he can get his center of gravity moving upfield, he's a tough takedown from there. Snap back, Jeffers goes up the middle, big hole, he breaks it to the 40, cuts it back to the 45. Ball loose on the field, but did he get it back in possession? Yes, he did.
Yeah, that or the ground can't cause a fumble, one of the two.
And at the 46-yard line, the Wildcats, with that carry, move the sticks for a first down. Connor Jeffers with his 16th carry of the night, a gain of 12, and he is at 86 yards on the night. First and 10. Wide receivers right and left. They'll hand it off to Whitworth. He goes through a gap on the right side out to the 48-yard line on the carry. He's going to get a gain of 3 on that quick hitter to the right gap for the Cats.
Yeah, nothing fancy there, just an off-tackle handoff and looking for that crease that the lineman give you, and he got 3 quick yards. 5 minutes left here in the third quarter. The score is 30-8 in Hayden's favor.
Collins goes over the ball, center position for the Cats as they get lined. Snap back, looks to the left, now to the right. Jeffers unloads downfield, gives it to interception. Picked off by the Hayden Wildcats. Returned up the near side. Tackled down by the Wildcats, out of bounds. That is Hanukkah with the return. And now a penalty flag for excessive celebration as the Hayden Wildcat players from the bench go out on the field to celebrate. And the official quickly threw his flag down. That ball all the way down to the 20-yard line where a Hayden defender tipped it in the air, then off the hands of Cale Johnson before Hanukkah corrals it and returns it up the sideline where he's pushed out of bounds at the 49-yard line. Now the officials talking it over out on the hash mark area of the field, talking to the white hat before they'll administer this foul. It's a holding foul, then a personal foul against Hayden, offsetting penalties. So there's a lot of confusion out on the field. Are we an open? Yeah, something like that. I'm a little concerned about how this is going to be administered. The official is going to the far side of the field to let Coach Petrie know what the penalty is. The result of the play is going to be an interception and change of possession to Hayden. Both of those penalties must have been assessed as a dead ball foul after the play was completed. Now Hayden wants to get to the line and set their play quickly, but one official is still talking it over with Coach Petrie, so they stop play here as he is not ready to be involved in the play. Coach Petrie still out on the field wanting to get that explanation, as that can be a game-changing type of event. The interception occurring downfield at the 20-yard line, return all the way back out to the 50, but I didn't see the holding penalty flag, and I never saw any flags, period. And the last flag I saw came in the area where the Hayden sideline players went out onto the field to celebrate. That would be that would draw a flag, which it did immediately, by the near side official. Now the white hat talking it over with a couple of officials out at the center of the field. The official who had gone to talk to Coach Petrie is returning to that group. They're going to talk it over a little more before they get things started here. Yeah, it's just a little confusing here with what we saw going on. Now the white hat is coming over to give a signal, or he's going to come talk to the Hayden official. Personal foul against Burlington.
Personal foul
Personal foul on Hayden. He's talking to the Hayden coach here. That signal is a holding penalty. And then a personal foul against Hayden. And he is pointing back to the area where the interception occurred at. It looks like they're going to move the ball back to. Originally, it was placed down at the 49-yard line where the play ended at. The officials now are moving it back, marking off 10 yards from the end of the play. Well, marching a little further. That's a goose step we've not seen on the football field before. Now the official with the ball is standing at the 27-yard line. He turned around and
maybe they mark the off against Hayden and then marking the penalty off against Burlington.
That's going to bring another question, I would believe, from both coaching staffs.
I'm sure Petrie likes it much better than the Hayden coach.
Well, you don't want to give them the ball at the 50-yard line if they'll take it back to the 33.
Yeah.
Sure, we may have an update after the game. We may not be able to announce it to you.
1, 2, 3.
Now we're going to mark off
6,
5 yards.
9.
Now we're going to mark off 10 yards against the Wildcat defense of a holding penalty. The personal foul is against Hayden, which was a 15-yard penalty back, then a 10-yard penalty forward against Burlington.
Okay, do we have this all sorted out now?
Well, they're a lot closer than they were. The officials still holding up both teams from getting ready to play. The ball's placed down at the 43-yard line, where it will be Hayden's ball after they intercept the pass from the Wildcats. Here with 4:35 left to play in the third quarter, Hayden leads it 30-8 with possession. They'll turn handoff into the backfield. Big hit for the big fullback, number 39, Brandon Van Beesler.
Parker Meeks in on that initial contact for the Burlington Wildcats.
Oh, we've got an injured player down for Hayden. Looks like maybe a cramp there.
Yeah, that's what's going on.
One of their players. That ball carried forward for a 4-yard gain for Van Beesler, as he's got 26 yards on the night. They're stretching out that left leg high in the air and trying to get mobility back on one of the Hayden linemen. That's number 60, Kyle Meyer. He's a 5'8", 255-pound senior for Hayden. He'll come to the sideline and be replaced by number 71, Cade Grunnard. Grunnard, well, they're giving a lot up there. He's a 5'9" junior, and he only weighs 252. Yeah, he's going to have to put on a few pounds next year for him. Now we place second down and 6. Hayden at the 47-yard line. Under center, they'll send a man in motion with the sweep across the 50-yard line. Tackle down, but gain forward. Looks like enough for the first down out to the 46-yard line as number 33, Desmond Purnell, gets the carry for Hayden. 25 yards on the night for Purnell. He got his touchdown. First carry of the game for him, went in from 1 yard out to get the score in that second quarter of play. Sampson back in at QB now after taking that big hit during the last series. He'll go under center and send wide receivers both left and right. One man in the backfield. They'll send a man in motion. Hand it off up the middle they go, and breaking to the left side. Chased down by the Wildcats, but a big carry by number 11, Roman Hartner. He's all the way down to we got a flag where we at the 20-yard line where he is tackled down by the Wildcats. Let's see what that flag is going to be about. He had a big hole on the left-hand side.
We had
everybody.
It was Tucker Whitworth and Hayden player going after it.
And it looks like we've got a offsetting penalties against the Wildcats. That unsportsmanlike conduct?
Yes.
And it goes both ways. But the result of that play will stand. That would be a dead ball foul at the end of the play. Well, let's wait until as we have seen before, sometimes it ain't over till it's over. The ball's marked down at the 20-yard line. Hayden hasn't moved their huddle up. The Wildcat defense standing where they're at. The result of that play is going to stand, so those offsetting penalties occurred after the play was finished. And it'll be first down and 10 for the Hayden Wildcats at the 20-yard line. Clock continues to run with 3:13 on the clock, and Hayden leading 30-8. Sampson will go under center. Sends one man in motion, comes to the near side, tries to cut it back to the middle, but the Wildcat defense right there. Tackle. Good job by the Wildcat defense to put that stop. Looked like there was going to be a gap to the inside of the line as he turned upfield, but the Wildcat closed it in.
That's what I was going to say. Then it just collapsed, and there
no gain on the play. Ball reset at the 20.
4 Wildcats just swarmed him.
Now second down and 9. On the far hash mark, Hayden will come to the line with one receiver split far to the outside. Under center, Sampson turns around, but the whistle blew before the snap. Could be a delay of game penalty here, it looks like. As it took them a while to get that play call in from the sideline. A procedure penalty it was. Somebody jumped on the offensive side before the snap, so that'll mark them off 5 yards here. Move it back to a second down and 14 for the Hayden Wildcats with 2:14 on the clock. Play call coming in, and a new quarterback. Looks like number 3 is Bohannon back in to go under center for Hayden. And step back and hand off to the right-hand side, hit at the line of scrimmage. A good Wildcat pursuit as that carry got back the 5-yard penalty. It goes back up to the 20-yard line. So they'll be facing a 3rd and 9 now for the Hayden Wildcats.
And Haneke's out of the game also. I think they're probably going to be saving their premier players for later on.
He took a pretty good hit when he returned that interception up the near sideline, and they might have said, let's just put you on the bench for this series of downs.
Well, the game's, they've got control of the game.
Bohannon under center now for Hayden. Turns, hands off to the man up the middle. Purcell is hit at the line of scrimmage. A good stop by the Wildcats on that carry. He's going to get a gain of 2. And they'll be facing a 4th and 8 with the ball at the 18-yard line here for Hayden as we're inside 1 minute to play in the third quarter of action tonight at the field in Hayden.
They should get one more play off, and that'll be the end of the third.
So they will get new receiver coming in with the play from the sideline. Clock winding down here, 35 seconds. I don't know if they're going to get it off before the time. The official is counting in the background. Quarterback goes under center. 4th and 8. Man in motion. Snap, and they hand it off into the line. It's to the outside. Wildcat defense does the job. They get the stop. Good job, Cats, pursuing down the line from the defensive end, and the back comes up for the big stop. a gain of 6 on the carry, but they turn it over on downs with 16 seconds remaining in this third quarter play. It's 8-30, Wildcats 8, and the Wildcats with possession will start on their own 12-yard line. 1st and 10, Wildcat football. Wildcats have got to keep their enthusiasm up and make a march right here. Jeffers in the backfield for the Wildcats. Set for the snap. Now follows his blocker ahead out to the 20-yard line, where Connor Jeffers comes out to the 21 on that carry. It's going to be a gain of 9, just short of first down yardage. As the time runs out at the end of the third quarter of play, it's 8-30, Wildcats 8. We're back to the station for a 1-minute timeout, and we'll return with fourth quarter football right here on the Dog.
You're in a hurry and your car won't start. And you need a jump. Or how about the time you locked your keys in the car? Or the time you hit that deer and smashed in the front end of your car? Or maybe you just need something hauled and you don't have a truck. Maybe you just need a tire changed. Call Jeff's Towing and Recovery, AAA provider at 785-213-1669. That's 785-213-1669. And remember, it's your choice who tows your vehicle.
Does fall weather make you dream of a new home? How about that remodeling project, such as a garage or room addition? Whatever your dreams are made of, First National Bank of Kansas has many favorable options for you. From refinancing to building projects, rates are still low, so why not check them out? See Paul and Kathy in Osage City, Chris and Craig in Waverly, or Donna and Craig in Burlington. First National Bank of Kansas, where dreams come true. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Let's get you back to the field for more Wildcat action on 97.7 The Dog.
Welcome back to Wildcat football here on the Dog. It's the Hayden Wildcats leading 30-8 over the Burlington Wildcats. And Rick said he's got a special shout-out tonight.
Yeah, we want to give a shout-out to all the ladies there at the Meadows that are listening tonight. Hope you're still up and hear this.
They followed us all season long, and to the final game, Wildcats fighting it out to the end. It's fourth quarter action. We've got a penalty flag thrown at the end of that place as people are getting chipped all over the place here. Wildcats with the run carries out to the 27-yard line. As the officials talk it over to see who this penalty is going to go against, they're signaling it's going to be against Burlington. We'll have to see if that is at the end of the game, or excuse me, at the after the carry was complete. We have another score in here. It's Sabetha leading Osage City 42-7 in that contest up at Sabetha tonight. And another game that reflects with our district or our playoff here. It is Frontenac leading Holton. Was that 52-55? Oh my!
To 21.
Frontenac has got the offense rolling down at Frontenac tonight. They would host the winner of this contest here tonight. Again, another unsportsmanlike penalty against the Wildcats occurring after the play had been blown dead. Marks off a 15-yard penalty against the Wildcats. That'll move it all the way back to the 12-yard line. And the officials are pointing to the Wildcats sideline. I'm not sure what the problem seems to be there. As the Wildcats come up to the line, they're ready to get that offense going again as they're going to be facing a second down and a long yardage. They want to make sure they get, or I guess it's first down.
Mm-hmm.
The ball placed down at the 12-yard line. Fiedler split out to the right side. Hawkins to the left for the Wildcat receiving line. And again, they're just having a little difficulty getting the chain set correctly on the far side. They moved the
first down marker,
the ball marker all the way back with the penalty, but the chain gang moved along with him. The original line of scrimmage was the 26-yard line, and those yard markers need to stay, so the Wildcats face a first down and 26. Jeffers rolls to the left side, gets on to the outside, takes a block, turns it upfield across the 20. He's out to the 21-yard line on that carry. They'll mark him out to the 22. Big gain by Connor Jeffers. That second down and 25. He gets 12 yards, so now it's going to be, well, that was first and 25. Now it's second and 14. Good carry by Jeffers. He fumbles in the backfield, chased down, he throws it out into the flat, an incomplete pass as he gets rid of that ball before getting thrown to the turf, but he had to get rid of the ball to avoid a big loss as he couldn't handle the snap back. And now the Cats face that third down and 14 to go. Clock stopped with 11:13 on the scoreboard clock in the north end zone here tonight. Jeffers in the backfield for the Cats. Set for the snap. He looks over the center. And Jacob Hawkins going across the center of that ball too high over the outstretched hands of Hawkins as he was cutting to the inside. He'd have been short of the first down mark there. But the ball sails upfield, incomplete, and the Wildcats will be in punt formation here with 11 minutes left on the clock in the fourth quarter. Fourth down and 14. Fiedler doing the punting honors for the Wildcats. One man back to return for Hayden. Fiedler sets for the snap. Gets off the kick, a high floating kick down to the 50-yard line where it bounces and dies on the 47, where Hayden High will take over the ball with 11 minutes left to play here tonight. They do mark it down at the 45-yard line as it took a bit of a squirrely bounce. And Hayden will take over. Again, Wildcat fans traveled well to support their Wildcat players here on the road at Hayden tonight on a cold November night. Perfect football weather, though. The players don't know it's cold out there. The ones that are moving on the field, the guys here on the sideline.
The My Town Media Station.
Rock and roll can save the world.
Classic rock.
KSMP 97.7 Burlington.
The Flint Hills Classic Rock Station.
97.7 The Dawg.
And the Wildcat defenders right there for the tackle down at the 50-yard line. A gain of 5 on the carry.
It's good line play over there by the Hayden Wildcats. Had everybody shielded off to the outside and enabled them to cut back up the field for a 5-yard gain. 10:30 and counting here in the fourth quarter. Scores 30-8 favor the Hayden Wildcats.
Second down and 5. The ball placed just on the left side of the 50-yard line. One man in the backfield for Hayden. They'll send a man in motion. Sweeps to the right again. That's number 2, Rory Anand, the 5'11 junior with that carry. His second carry of this possession gets 3 yards, and that'll bring up third down and 2.
Yeah, Alex, come on, Wildcats. Stepping up here and hold these guys. Hayden has a lot of their second-string players in right now.
They're getting some playoff experience here. That's one thing that is constant with hearing about this Hayden program year after year by head coach Bill Arnold. They bring these players along, get them. They move into the playoff year after year, get 3 or 4 extra games that some teams are out after their 9-game season. But Hayden has a lot of time on the field. Handoff up the middle across the 45-yard line. That carry is going to be good for first down yardage out to the 43. got pushed back behind to the 46 by the Wildcat defense, but his forward progress is going to be marked out at the 43. 1st and 10, Hayden football. New play coming in by Matt Mativi. Goes into the QB's hands, number 3, Bohannon, as he'll go under center with one man in the backfield, 2 receivers, 1 left, 1 right, and they'll send a man in motion on the pitch. They turn him back to the inside. Big hit by Connor Jeffers.
Oh, that was
number 10, Jeff. No, you got it right. You had number 40. I had number 10. But Shane Wright
running into a stone wall, and then he just drove him back.
That stone wall wasn't still. It was moving forward at 40 miles an hour by number 40. I'm sure that young ball carrier goes back to the huddle and said, don't call my number again if we're going that direction. Holy, he was met by a force and driven back. He gained 1 yard, but he lost something in the exchange. They may have to readjust his equipment. So it's 2nd down and 9 for Hayden.
Oh,
snap back.
Motion everywhere.
Everybody went on the number they thought was going to be called, but there was no snap. That's going to be a procedure penalty and a 5-yard mark-off against Hayden. That'll move the ball back to the 47-yard line and bring up the 2nd down and 14. Clock continues to run, 8:05 on the clock here at Hayden tonight with a 30-8 lead by the Wildcats. To the line of scrimmage, wide receiver coming far to the left-hand side is Mativi. And Q-back Bohannon going under center, running down as much time as he can off that clock. Turns, hands off to the right-hand side into the hands of an end. He gets back to the line of scrimmage is all. No gain on the carry to the right side. So they'll face a 3rd down and 14 now.
Stopped by Tucker Whitworth over there on that side, number 23.
Wildcat defense playing it out every minute of the game here as they have put it on the field all season long, and they said we're playing to the last tick on the clock. Hayden again letting that clock run down to 7 minutes on the clock as they'll use the full allowed time before they take the snap off. They look into the backfield for the back judge to mark his count. Under center, Bohannon sets, hands off, left-hand sweep to the line of scrimmage, found a gap across the 40, and all the way out to the 34-yard line on that carry. He's close to 1st down yardage. It was a 3rd and 14, and he is just short. He got 13 of the 14 yards on that carry. So 4th down and 1 for Hayden with 6:22 left to play on the clock here in the 4th quarter. They will keep it in their hands. Bohannon coming back in with the play call from the near sideline. And they will, no doubt, keep it on the ground in their possession. They want 1 more yard to keep this drive alive. Cats defense need a big, big stick and stop right here.
Gap and get the backfield. And there went a flag.
And that may have been too much time.
Yeah.
Or did they get a timeout called on the near side here? Let's see what the officials come out with.
Black hat in the backfield crossed his arms. I think it's delay of game.
That could be that they've took too much time talking it over with the official. And he picks up the flag
and waves it off.
He's waving at the guy up here in the stands, and no, we didn't do anything wrong. Let's play on. Clock stopped while they were talking that over with 5:45 on the clock. And Bohannon comes to the line. He'll go under center. Yeah, and we've got the offensive lineman on the right-hand side jumping. That's going to mark it back a 5-yard mark off against Hayden as they were set to go. Go was a little too quick.
Yeah, hard count. Didn't pull any Burlington Wildcats offside, but his own man.
Bohannon comes to the sideline to talk it over with the head coach. I'll see what play they're going to do. Now it looks like they're maybe getting the special teams together for a punt, but they're going to let more time run off the clock here before they'll call a timeout.
They've got 4 timeouts to use, so they'll use one of them.
It's 4th down and 5 yards for Hayden. And with that timeout, we'll take it back to the station and Wildcat football on the Dog and our sponsors. Let's have a minute for the sponsors.
U.S. Cellular Wireless Concepts in Burlington and 97.7 The Dog invite you for some action on ice as the Topeka Roadrunners battle it out for victory. We're giving away 2 tickets on Tuesdays for hockey at its finest at the Kansas Expo Center in Topeka. Get signed up for your chance to win tickets at U.S. Cellular Wireless Concepts, 401 Garrettson in Burlington.
For home game dates and times, go to Topeka Roadrunners on Facebook.
Life Care Center Burlington offers all the comforts of home as well as added luxuries, including a beauty and barber salon, a specialized fine dining program, courtyard and gardening area, and is conveniently located near shopping, retirement communities, and other medical community resources. Life Care also provides in- and outpatient rehabilitation services for all ages. Their licensed staff offers 24-hour skilled nursing. Stop by and visit the Life Care Center of Burlington today, located at 601 Cross Street.
Let's get you back to the field for more Wildcat action on 97.7 The Dog.
Welcome back to Burlington Wildcat football on the Dog. Hayden comes out and sets up in punt formation, and then they call another timeout. Head coach out on the field talking it over with his special teams group. I don't think he liked the way they were lined up. They didn't have the formation of their blockers set up near the line to protect the punter. So he called a timeout out on the field with the clipboard. They're talking it over. The clock stopped with 5:07 remaining in the contest. They have a 30-8 lead over the Burlington Wildcats. The Cats want to get that ball back in hand and get that offense geared up for the Wildcats. Back to return. Looks like that's going to be Cale Johnson and Jaden Payne, I believe, back here on the near side. No, it's Nordstadt. Brandon Nordstadt will be the close return man. Snap back, and the punt is away. A high kick, not much distance. It's going to bound at the 20-yard line, bounces all the way back up to the 27, where Hayden downs the ball. It was a Burlington bounce for sure.
There was some pressure coming, and I think that had a little bit of an effect on him.
It did get a rush on that kick, and it just went high in the air, spinning backwards instead of taking that spiral that I understand from a punter. That's what you want to get. Had that discussion many evenings in the past there. It is Wildcat football. 1st and 10, ball at the 27-yard line with 4:58 remaining on the clock for the Wildcats. Fiedler comes to the right-hand side. Cale Johnson in the slot for the Cats. Jeffers in the backfield along with Nordstadt. And with the set, Nordstadt hands off to Jeffers. He swings to the right. Makes it to the 30. He's across the 35, 40, 45, shoots a man, gets down to the 47-yard line for the carry for Connor Jeffers. A 20-yard run by Connor, and he is over the 100-yard mark here tonight for the Wildcats. They'll bring it to the line, 1st and 10, ball at the 48-yard line. As the clock kicks to 4:30, now the Wildcats A little confusion on that play call. They're going to call a timeout. They want to make sure everyone's on the same page here of this drive. Connor Jeffers did a great job of turning upfield. Looked like that was an intended pass play, but with the pressure in the backfield, he had to cut underneath a couple of defenders, and all he saw was open air in front. Says, I'm taking it down. That's what he should do. Good decision-making there by Connor as he had a wide-open field ahead of him. Juked a couple of defenders and skated on ahead out to the 48-yard line for that 20-yard run and first down yardage for the Cats.
Yeah, and had not a Hayden trailer, if he hadn't given, if he'd given up, why that tackle would not have been made.
So the Wildcats come back out at the 48-yard line, 1st and 10. Collins goes over the ball, set for the backfield. With the snap, Jeffers swings left. He's got blockers in front across the 50, 45. Spin move down to the 40-yard line for the Wildcats. A 12-yard gain by Connor Jeffers. That will move the sticks ahead for another first down for the Wildcats, and they're back to the line quickly. Fiedler split to the right-hand side. Set for the snap in the backfield. Jeffers swings right, looks downfield, launches it downfield, up and caught by Garrison Fiedler inside the 10-yard line. He's down at the 5. Big pass from Connor Jeffers to Garrison Fiedler all the way down to the 6-yard line. And that's going to be a 40-yard pass.
Yeah. The defense by Hayden was good. It's just that he had the height on him and was able to jump up there and catch the ball.
Fiedler went up over the top of the defender to get possession. First and goal for the Cats. Jeffers rolling left, now turns and returns back to the pass. Into the end zone, wide open was Cale Johnson, but just over the outstretched hands as the defenders had over-pursued on Johnson, left him all alone, and Connor just could not pull it into the target there. Falls incomplete. Clock stops with 3:53 remaining on the scoreboard here. And the Cats will come back to the line. First and goal on the 6 for the Wildcats. Fiedler on the near side for the Cats. Jeffers looks into the end zone. Short pass down low, and a touchdown. Wildcat pass into the end zone. And who did we have for the reception? Is that Tucker Whitworth?
Yes.
Number 23.
Yeah,
Tucker Whitworth with the TD. A 6-yard connection for Jeffers to Whitworth, and the TD is good for the Wildcat score. The PAT attempt, Jeffers will roll to the right, looking into the end zone. Now he'll tuck it and run. Slips by a tackler. And did he get in? No, he did not. Now we've got a signal from the official that he's in for the 2-point conversion. So the Wildcats with a 6-yard TD and 2-point conversion on the PAT. Bring that scoreboard to read 30-16. Hayden Wildcats on top with 3:44 remaining in the contest. Exciting drive downfield for the Wildcats. Rick, the numbers on that drive tonight.
Yes, 5 plays, 73-yard drive, and took about a minute and 10. Yeah, minute 10.
They were on fire going downfield. The big 40-yard pass play to Fiedler was the big number. And then a 6-yard pass from Jeffers to Whitworth. That was the score. And then Jeffers runs it in for the 2-point conversion. So the Wildcats will be kicking off at the 40-yard line here with 3:48 remaining in tonight's contest.
How much you want to bet this is an onside kick?
I'd bet about what I've got in my left pocket right there. And our kickoff sponsor all season long, that's Alpha Roofing, Colin Sleazer in Burlington. Just give them a call. We do more than roofing. Colin does it all.
Well, what do you know?
I'd have lost a pocket full of change on that one, too. They kick it off down to the 20-yard line. Hayden returning the ball out to the 35 as that ball carrier refused to go down. A number of Wildcat defenders were ganged around to try to bring down the man returning the ball out for Hayden, and he gets it all the way to the 37-yard line where Hayden will take over with 3:39 remaining on the clock. They hold a 30-16 lead over the Burlington Wildcats.
They may have been holding him up trying to get the ball stripped from him.
I'm sure there was some instruction to find that ball, make it ours.
Yeah. I've got to believe that because there wasn't anybody getting down low around the ankles. It was all up high.
With 3:39 remaining on the clock, Hayden will take over at the 37. Man in motion comes sweeping to the left by Shane right at the line of scrimmage. Shane just plugs that hole every time coming near side.
Yeah, they just don't move it.
The clock will continue to run.
And
we hit the 3-minute mark here. And a 14-point lead for the Hayden Wildcats. They just want to keep that clock alive and keep the ball in their possession here. Ball placed down in the middle of the field. 2nd down and 9 for Hayden.
Need 2 more stops.
Quarterback looking to the clock to make sure he runs off as much time as he can. Now he'll set under center, turn, hand off. Goes to the right-hand side, into the line, comes across the 40, out to the 42-yard line on that carry for a 40-yard gain for the Hayden Wildcats. Tucker did the stop. Tucker led the Wildcats all season long. He had over 100 tackles on the season, averaging 10 tackles per game. And I'm sure he's close to that number again tonight.
I would say so. Brings up 3rd and a long 5, 3rd and 6.
6 yards to go for Hayden here.
We need to stop here.
They've got the ball at the 41-yard line. They need to get it out about the 46 on the short side there. Jaden Payne checks into the lineup for the Wildcats now. Defensive line stands strong. Oh, on the ground, and it looks like the Wildcats have recovered. Just going down to get that ball from the defensive end position out here. That's Jared Lutz with the goal recovery. He got down quickly on that loose ball. That was the one thing we said. Hayden needs to keep possession, and they did not. Hey, Wildcats take that turnover at the 37-yard line here with 1:50 left on the clock and a chance to gear up that offense. They scored in just over a minute with their last possession. See if they can do it again as Fiedler is set in wide receiver position. He made the big play on the last drive. Jeffers in the backfield for the Wildcats. Well, set for the offensive snap. It's on the way. Jeffers back to pass. Looks to the right side. He's going deep in. Fiedler down there. Go take it. Ball tipped in the air and falls incomplete. Defender had the inside position on Fiedler, and the ball just did not sail far enough to give Fiedler a chance to go up in stride to get that ball. He had to come back a little bit, and it was knocked incomplete by the defender.
Yeah, just too much arc, too high.
That'll set a 2nd down and 10 with 1:42 on the clock here for the Wildcats. Hawkins goes left-hand side. Fiedler on the right. 2 men in the slot to the left side for the Cats. Snap back, and Jeffers Go to the right side. He'll tuck and run across the 40 to the 30 to the 25 and out of bounds is Connor Jeffers with the run downfield. He's got enough for first down yardage on that 11-yard run to the outside as they were sending defenders on the rush in the backfield. Jeffers wisely goes to the out-of-bounds marker. Now he'll set in the backfield along with Whitworth. They'll go upfield. Jeffers across the 20, inside to the 15. He breaks another tackle down to the 12. Wildcats keep moving. Inside the 15, down to the 12. First down yardage again on the carry for Connor. He's over 150 yards now on the night for the Wildcat senior. First and 10, back to pass. Jeffers over the middle to Cale Johnson. He's in for the TD. A 12-yard touchdown strike to Cale Johnson with a minute 13 left in the contest. And another touchdown pass for the Cats as they tighten it up to a 30-22 margin here. Wildcats on a roll with back-to-back drives in for the TD. PAT attempt now for the Cats. Back to Jeffers. Looks into the end zone. Lofts it up. Fiedler with the catch. And the Wildcats now within 6. It's a 30-24 margin with a minute 13 left on the clock. It ain't over till it's over. And the Wildcats playing it out to the very end.
Now we see the first stringers for Hayden kind of start to...
You think they're back out there with the 8 team now?
I think so. I'll bet you see an onside kick now, but maybe not.
A Jeffers to Johnson 12-yard TD pass narrows that score, and then a 2-point conversion gets it to 6-point lead, 30-24. Hayden Wildcats on top here with a minute 13 left to play. After that fumble that Jared Lutz recovers on the 40-yard line, the Wildcats go in for the TD.
It was a 4-play, 37-yard drive that took 37 seconds.
37 seconds.
37 was a magic number there.
Evidently. Now Hawkins, Nordstad steps up to get the kick. And did the ball ever get 10 yards? I believe it did. So they're looking at it on the far sideline. They're jumping up and down, but we haven't seen an official designation by the official on that far sideline.
Yeah, it's Hayden ball.
Hayden will have the ball as that onside kick did not go the required 10 yards.
It hit the ground and then bounced back. If it would have, bounced up and fumbled like you wanted to,
it would have forward roll with it. But they place it down at the 49-yard line, a yard. If Hayden would have touched it on this side of the 10-yard mark, then it's a live ball for anybody. But they wisely stayed away from it as the Wildcat players got around the ball, but the ball would not be touched by anybody from Hayden on the far sideline. So a minute 7 remains in the contest. Hayden's possession at the 49-yard line. And again, their number 1 squad is back on the field. Sampson under center. Turn, handoff, hit at the line of scrimmage. They've got to keep possession of that ball. Did the Wildcats call a timeout? They called the timeout. A minute 3 remaining on the clock here as Coach Petrie comes out to talk to his defense. He says, we've got to play smart here, make big hits, and be scrambling for that ball. It's an odd-shaped ball.
Yeah,
things happen.
That's right.
Things do indeed happen. From the scoreboard, it's difficult to tell how many timeouts we can't have.
more than 2 left. That's what I was going to say. According to the scoreboard, Burlington has 2 left. Hayden has all 4 of theirs.
So, but that doesn't seem correct because Hayden called a couple of timeouts earlier.
That's correct.
But the scoreboard numbers there, we're going to wait and see what plays out on the field.
But, we can get another couple of stops. Make them punt or turn it over on downs. You got a shot.
Wildcat defense has to be airtight right now. And again, make sure that nobody can get behind them. They put Hanukkah back in there.
Bump him.
Potential receiver down here. But I think they want to keep it on the ground. Get behind the line of scrimmage. Nice job that time. Coming in for the tackle is Tucker Whitworth. He got a hold of the ball carrier behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 on that carry. And again, with another timeout, only 3 seconds to run off the clock as it stopped with exactly 1 minute remaining. And the Wildcats win. That's why I think that number is a little incorrect. I think that was 2nd down and 10.
Okay.
Now it's 3rd down and 11. That number 3 underneath the...
Yeah, that's right.
The deal couldn't be the timeout number. But and evidently the number 4 is the quarter marker.
Yeah.
4th quarter. They do not have they don't have a notch up there for the timeouts, as some scoreboards do. But the Wildcats stop the clock with 1 minute remaining here in the contest. They trail Hayden 24-30 as the Cats have scored twice in this 4th quarter to narrow that lead. They were down 30-8 in the 3rd quarter itself. But 2 touchdowns and 2 2-point conversions narrowed it to a 6-point margin. Snap back.
Hanukkah, he's going deep.
Looking deep. Hanukkah to the far sideline. It's over his head. He could not catch up to that ball on the far side. Houston throws an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock.
Brings up 4th and 11.
55 seconds remaining. The ball down at the 50-yard line. It'll be 4th and 11 here. And the decision to be made, are they going to go for it there, or will they punt it and make the Wildcats go a long field?
Well, I would punt.
But it looks like they're sending the quarterback, Houston, back in the position. Maybe they'll draw the defense up and put a kick downfield.
I'll bet it's a hard, long count.
And
put anybody's up.
Houston, anybody in the shotgun formation.
Yeah.
He does. Quick kicks it downfield. It goes. And Hayden chases it down. They will down it inside the 20-yard line at the 17, where the Wildcats will take over with 46 seconds remaining on the clock. Hey, it ain't over. Nope, hell, it's over. Nope. We've seen some things happen. Connor Jeffers, he refuses to go down in some games we've seen this season.
That's right.
He's got the legs to carry him. Let's see if they put it in his hands. Fiedler going deep on a pass route. Multiple options here. And the Wildcats are going to pull it with 46 seconds remaining in the contest. Collins over the ball with the snapback, goes to Jeffers. On the right-hand side, pass up the sideline, out of bounds to Nordstadt on a quick out pattern for 8 yards on the reception. Good idea there to keep that defense honest out on the side.
Well, and Hayden's playing that what I would call a prevent defense, and they're going to give him short stuff under him. So take it.
Back to pass. Jeffers pulls it in himself. Now he unloads on the out-of-bounds marker there, again to Nordstadt. A good reception upfield to the 30-yard line on the carry is going to be a 10-yard pass and run. So first down marker will move the chains. 34 seconds remain on the clock, 12 seconds, and they've gone 20 yards here out to the 30. Ready for the snap back. Jeffers looking over the middle. Has to scramble, goes to the outside. He's going to run out of bounds there. as the defensive coverage was tight downfield for the Hayden Wildcats. Jeffers does the smart thing going out of bounds on the far side. He's going to lose 3 yards on that carry as the clock is stopped with 27 seconds remaining here in the contest, and the Wildcats trailing by 6. Jeffers in the backfield along with Tucker Whitworth, Johnson, and Fiedler to the right side. Back to pass. He'll step up. Goes to the outside. Now lobs it down. He goes back. Can he get the catch? It's beyond his grasp. Out of bounds on the far sideline. Nordstadt going down that far sideline. And Jeffers uncorks a pass of about 40 yards. But the ball ended up out of bounds. Falls incomplete. And we've got 19 seconds remaining on the clock. It'll be 3rd down and 12 here.
He did have his man beat. If it could have just stayed in bounds.
He was beyond the defender there, but the ball sailed out of bounds. 3rd and 12.
Coming across back. We got a flag.
But the whistle blows stopping play here before they can get off the snap. Let's see what the official says. A procedure penalty it is going to move the Cats back 5 yards with 17 seconds remaining on the clock here. Now 3rd down and 17. Ball placed down at the 23-yard line. Officials having another discussion amongst themselves here. Now the official coming to the near sideline. He's going to talk it over with the Hayden coach. Not sure what this discussion may entail here. No signal. Oh, they're going to put some time back on the clock. It was at 19-something, and now it says 17-8. So they're going to reset the clock because there was no time would have gone off the clock as that play was blown dead before the snap for the penalty. Snap back.
I would have said somebody was off.
And it looked like on the near side, Hayden defense jumps too quickly to get a rush to the outside. So that's going to be a 5-yard penalty. Mark off, and they're going to have to change the clock back again to 19.3. Yeah. They need to gain the attention of the clock keeper again to reset that clock to a 19.3. And the officials waiting to make sure we're all set. Yes, we are. Again, the Cats trailing 24-30. Ball placed at the 27-yard line. Snap back to Jeffers. He looks, rolls to the right-hand side. Now he's downfield. Caleb Johnson is there, but the ball broken up. Great defensive play was by the Hayden defender as both players going for the ball. Both had a chance to make the reception themselves, and he strips that ball out of the hands of Caleb Johnson, falling incomplete. They'll bring it back to the line of scrimmage with 10 seconds remaining on the clock. 4th and 12 for the Wildcats. They've got to make the decision here. A deep pass, get it all in one, or can they make first down and then one more play? Jeffers in shotgun formation. He's forced up in the pocket, but he is tackled down at the 25-yard line. Big line rush by the Hayden Wildcats, and they take down Connor Jeffers on a 4th down play. Goes to the ground, and that will put it in the hands of Hayden for one final play here with 5 seconds remaining on the clock here in tonight's contest. They'll just need to make the snap and take a knee here to run out tonight's clock. Burlington Wildcats, never say die, take it on the field, trailing by as many as 22 points in the second half. Would not give up, fight it back. in the fourth quarter, scoring twice to narrow that to a 6-point lead. And now Hayden takes over. They'll take the snap, go down, the clock starts, and runs out the time on the clock. And it is a Hayden Wildcat victory, 30-24 over the Burlington Wildcats here on the field. And a sportsmanship gesture by Connor Jeffers as he walks to each official, shakes their hand before he leaves the field for the final time as a senior. He and Garrison Fiedler give a big hug to each other as they know this will be their final football appearance, and they played it well to the very end here on Hayden Field tonight. We're going to get our numbers together to wrap up tonight's contest when we return after this 3-minute timeout for a word from our sponsors.
Trust Point Insurance is truly an independent insurance agency. They have the unique ability to shop the marketplace for the insurance company that provides the best production at the most competitive price and has the ability to write with over 30 different companies. Trust Point Insurance offices are located at 800 North 4th Street in Burlington and 902 Commercial Street in Emporia. Stop in or call today to set up a time that is convenient for you to discuss your auto, home, farm, business, crop, and life insurance, or visit them online at trustpointinsurance.net.
At Diners Cafe, 1020 North 2nd Street, Burlington, it's all about you, our customer. The staff loves what they do with a desire to provide outstanding service, serve up your order freshly made with wholesome ingredients, and do it in a clean and comfortable setting. Check out our Facebook page for our specials of the day and latest happenings. Diners Cafe, home of great food and awesome atmosphere. You'll find us next door to the Country Haven Inn, proud to support USD 244 activities.
In life, there are people, places, and things known as exceptional. There is a place like that in Garnett, Kansas. Hi, this is Brian Steffens, and I'm talking about Beckman Motors. Everywhere you go, you'll see vehicles with the Beckman Motors name on them. We want to show you how exceptional we are. The next time you decide to buy a new Ford or Chevy or any pre-owned vehicle, do yourself a favor and come to Beckman Motors in Garnett and experience what it's like to buy a vehicle from exceptional people in an exceptional place. Beckman Motors on Highway 59 in Garnett, Kansas, selling new Fords and Chevrolets along with pre-owned vehicles for a long, long time and doing it exceptionally well every day.
Each year, holiday shopping seems to go on forever and can get pretty expensive, keeping you from getting into that Christmas spirit. Hoover's Thriftway has the answer. While you're there shopping for your delicious ingredients on your signature holiday meal, check out the wide variety of gift items. Use Hoover's Reward Card that can earn you 5 points for every qualified dollar spent, and save on those exciting holiday gifts that are currently on display next to the checkout. That's Hoover's Thriftway at 314 Cross Street in Burlington. Another way of saying thank you for shopping hometown first. Sports socks can be fashionable. Prescription Center, the pharmacy inside Hoover's Thriftway, has the Touch brand of compression socks. These combed cotton knee-high support socks offer a snug, stylish fit and feel luxuriously smooth against the skin. Sizes for men and women are available in timeless patterns and colors. Buy the softest compression socks on the market today at Prescription Center, 312 Cross Street. Prescription Center, the pharmacy inside Hoover's Thriftway, 620-364-5523. Make reversing your vehicle easier and clearer with the HD dash cam, just $39.99. And make working easier with this 26-piece screwdriver set with rack, just $19.99. And help your car last with the Pennzoil Converter Motor Oil, only $3.99 a quart. Offer good through December 31st or while supplies last. Caldwell's Auto Parts, 423 Kennedy Street in Burlington.
Let's get you back to the field for more Wildcat action on 97.7 The Dawg.
Burlington Wildcat football 2017. The Wildcats take it to the very final 5 seconds of the contest at Hayden tonight and fall to the Hayden Wildcats 30-24 in an exciting Class 4A Division II regional matchup between a pair of Wildcat teams. It was Hayden getting on the board first with an 8-play, 67-yard drive in the first quarter on a 6-yard run from Van Bleezer, and a place kick for the extra point puts them up 7-0 with 4 minutes remaining in the first quarter. But the Wildcats come right back on their next possession, driving 62 yards on 9 plays. A 1-yard touchdown run by Connor Jeffers opened the second quarter, and then a 2-point conversion pass to Fiedler put the Cats on top, 8-7. Hayden, again with their next possession, go the distance, 52 yards. McGee scoring on an 8-yard run, and a 2-point conversion pass for the Hayden Wildcats puts them back in the lead, 15-8, with 6 minutes remaining before the halftime. After an interception returned to the 13-yard line, Purnell takes it in from 1 yard out on his first run of the night. The conversion pass fails, and they stretch that lead 21-8. And on the final drive of the first half, Haneke, on a receiver pass, takes a shovel pass and returns it to the quarterback out in the flat. Houston in for the touchdown from 17 yards out. The conversion fails again, and we go to the halftime break. The Hayden Wildcats up 27-8 in the third quarter, a defensive struggle before the Wildcats get a stop with 6:27 remaining in the quarter. And Hayden settles for a 26-yard field goal from Mativa to go up 30-8. In the fourth quarter, the Wildcats, facing the end, come down on a drive of 73 yards. They put 5 plays together in a minute and 10. The big one, a 40-yard pass downfield from Jeffers to Fiedler. And then the next pass play, Jeffers to Whitworth for a 6-yard touchdown strike. Jeffers runs in the conversion, and with 3:39 remaining in the contest, the Cats add that 8 number up, and it's 30-16. A defensive hold and fumble recovery. The Wildcats get the ball back, and a 4-play, 37-yard drive finds Jeffers to Johnson on a touchdown pass, then a 2-point conversion to Fiedler. We've got a 6-point game with a minute 13 remaining in the contest. Wildcats force Hayden into a 3-and-out and take over the ball at the 20-yard line. They come upfield, but come up short, turning the ball over on downs with 5 seconds remaining, and the Hayden Wildcats secure the victory on their home field tonight, 30-24 over the Burlington Wildcats. All heart on the field by the Wildcat team as they did not give up as they trailed in that third quarter, but fought hard throughout the fourth, making the most of that fumble recovery to come on down and play to the very end of the contest as they meet out on the field in front of us here for a team meeting. And I see Coach John Petrie now waves over the Burlington fans onto the field to congratulate their team for a hard-fought battle and the final game of the career of these 13 Burlington Wildcat seniors. Rick, it's a good game to come watch.
Yeah, it was. Burlington's got nothing to be ashamed of. They could have easily rolled over and died here in the third quarter being down the way they were, but they hung right in there. And, they left everything out on the field, and they've got nothing to be ashamed of. The 4 games that they lost were, touchdown or less? So,
yes, no game was more than a 7-point margin.
Yeah, so, they were never blown out any time during the season. They had an opportunity right there with every game, and that's why the ball bounces, come up a little short. Hayden, good team, good program, and, hats off to everybody.
That's right. We got a chance to see both Wildcat teams take the field. Hayden has been steamrolling teams week after week in Class 4A. The early season when they were going up against some 5 and 6A teams, they struggled, but they built a reputation of making it happen when they needed it to happen. And the Burlington Wildcats came to town and says, we're playing football all night long, and they did to the very end.
Yes, they did. They did a good job.
So we're going to wrap it up here from the broadcast booth as the Burlington Wildcat team and their families meet and greet down on the field. And we say congratulations to these fine young student athletes as the senior class will finish up their season here and football careers out on the field. Nothing to hang their head about. They played it out. 2 years with Coach Rusty Emling, 2 years with Coach John Petrie. They answered the call, and they showed leadership throughout the season and will leave the rest of the team with the inspiration to carry on, knowing that they can go far in their endeavors on the football team here for Burlington High School. So we want to thank all of our sponsors of Burlington Wildcat football all season long. That includes Alpha Roofing, Beckman Motors, Burlington Building Materials, also Burlington Auto Supply, Central National Bank, First National Bank of Kansas, and Hoover's Thriftway, Caldwell's Auto, Jeff's Towing, the Life Care Center in Burlington, also the Prescription Center, the Appliance Store, Rick Smith, DDS of Gridley, Trust Point Insurance, U.S. Cellular in Burlington, and Diners Cafe. Diners Cafe on the air and in the Dogmobile. A special thanks to all the folks out at Diners Cafe who took care of us on the road. We will be in to see you early and often as they take care of our
Thanks for listening to Burlington Wildcats football. This season's Wildcat broadcasts are brought to you in part by
Alpha Roofing, Beckman Motors, Burlington Building Materials, Burlington Auto Supply, Central National Bank, Diners Cafe, Farm Bureau Financial Services, First National Bank, Caldwell Auto Parts, Hoover's Thriftway, Jeff's Towing, Life Care Center of Burlington, Prescription Center, Rick Smith, DDS, The Appliance Store, Trust Point Insurance, and U.S.